I give up. I just give up. Okay, what is up, one and all? Welcome back to the channel on this fine Friday. KPMM 6 is upon us. Before we get to that, we have to decide the third place matchup, which of course can be between Loue MT and B. Yeah, not just that. We have also got the Apous World Cup happening today. Two of their playoff games going to be happening. Valdemar versus LucifroN, and then after that, I forget what was the other one? The other one is going to be Anatan versus Core. Now, I doubt we're gonna be able to do both of them. Just to be real with you, I think what will probably happen is we're gonna do one of them. It's gonna be tight going anyway, just because we've got climbing later today, and like I safeguard the sanctity of the things I do, right? Like I don't get much time to myself, so I have to reserve that time. So we are gonna be kicking off for Altai. It is gonna be House of Lancaster versus Order of the Dragon for game number 1. The boys are already in, so let me just go ahead and I'll just set that up. So we have Order of the Dragon versus House of Lancaster. And let me check this works all nicely. Oof. I think that one out. Just realized we're live on TikTok as well, but there's meant to be a scene link thing here that I done, which I didn't do the way I thought I did, which now complicates the matter in a really annoying way because I can't remember how to get off of that. But that should work at least. There we go. Fan bloody dappy doze. I'm really proud of what I done on the TikTok side. Cool music? Hell yeah, thank you very much. Dude, like, it's a hype way to begin, you know? Smash is always the way. But shall we get ready to get underway with the first series of the day? I'll figure out those other details later. Yeah, we're pushing to TikTok now as well. We're getting all those Zoomers in. All right. This is going to be a fun one, folks. I'm excited for this. Third place match, and Loue MT, we didn't get to see the beast that we know. We got him stomped out so quickly when he was witnessed in the semifinals this week. Let's see if he can make up for it when he goes up against one of KPMM's finest. It is, of course, B in the green as Order of the Dragon up against Loue MT on House of Lancaster. Now, we are going to 2x this just for the other game because I think they're 2 or 3 minutes ahead of us. We're also going to be setting up predictions because this is indeed a live game. So we're going to be having beat Loue. Get your gambers in. I know you guys love to do so. This is going to be a fun one. Best of 5 decide who's going to be claiming that third place. Will be on the podium for KPMM 5 in Season 2, our $20,000 esports circuit. And Order of the Dragon has looked pretty good, man. Really strong in the hands of Wham this week so far. And what is up, Zeltwanger? I see you come through the sub. Thank you very much. Smart lad. Remember, guys, do always get those subs in. It supports the channel immensely. But Loue on the other side with the Lancaster pick. I really like Lancaster on this map. You've got the Forgotten Runes in the corner that you can gather with the villager. You just slap a spearman over there. after going for a Dark Age aggro opening, which is exactly what we're getting. Won't be able to harass and kill all of the Dragon Villages, but that's to be expected. These guys are just so tanky. But that is really good damage, guys. Look at that. Remember, these guys have 65 HP. To get that many that low is a good sign. He can get some raid potential in there down the line. So it's something that B's going to have to be a little bit worried about. And even more damage here. Yeah, wow. Okay, Loue is playing this really well. Yeah, we might as well slow down while we're in the Dark Age. This is a great opening from the Chinese kid. So good blocker play. There is one deer in range. Luckily for B, that actually worked out beautifully. One deer was pushed in range of the TC. Otherwise, he'd be pretty screwed right now. Like, he has sheep to fall back on, but the idle time is just really frustrating here. At that point, you would have came out to get nothing. And I love this. Louis like, oh, wait. I mean, it says you're in range, but you're not with the range of this spear. So he can actually just keep taking a stab at it if he chooses. And guys, do you notice what Louis is doing there? That's really intentional behavior. So he's attacking the mill and then trying to directly attack the villager afterwards. So the ping goes off and B doesn't think anything of it, right? It's like, oh, it's just him burning the mill again. And oh, dive opportunity. Nicely guarded there. B had the right reaction, no panic. Abbey of Kings now coming in on the other side for Louis MT. Archon almost complete for B. Do we need deer gathering? Nah, Louis is just going to stay at home. Because this is the thing, when you play as Lancaster, you don't need deer. Sheep is just as good. What's the secret to having that much energy in the afternoon? Play 2 hours of Borderlands with janky frames and then just crank it, baby. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm excited, man. I do climbing on Friday. I'm so looking forward to that. We're going to have a blast with at least 2 best of 5s. Hopefully resolving time. And then we'll be able to smash it into probably like a 2.5-hour climb sesh. I want to get in shape, man. Like, we were on our way to getting in shape before. But, like, the problem was we just... Well, we broke our ankle, right? It screwed up the time frame, the time span, the plan. But Abbey of Kings now coming through. Are we going to be looking at a Lord spam build? It's been really popular at the moment, really aggressive. It's kind of interesting as Order of the Dragon because it does tank you up to the point you can sustain. Also, I think the fact that you've got the Abbey of Kings actually offsets some of B strats. Things like the Guild of Men-at-Arms just aren't going to feel that great. Because the problem going Guild of Men-at-Arms here is your opponent will be able to just pull away from you because you're so slow and heal on the other side of the map. While any damage done to you is going to be permanent, right? So I would imagine for that reason, B just wants to go fast castle if feasible. He has been poached off the deer entirely, though, which is pretty frustrating. Yeah, and without Wheelbarrow, it's not worth risking going back and forth on it. He even lets the mill just burn. So this is fast castle. Yeah, 0 people on wood. The 3-7-1 is all he needs. I like that he's not committing it. You want to see what your opponent's up to before you commit to the age. Oh, nice. TikTok just lets you see all the follows, hosts, etc. Yeah, we came up with a really cool format on TikTok. I don't know. I'm going to have to show it to you guys later. Like, it needs some rejig, but for a vertical form, I think we've done a really good job with, like, how viewable, digestible, should we say, that the POV is. In fact, I wonder if I can show it now. If I can find it. So, with this in mind that your opponent's going to be rushing castle, which you can now see, it's pretty obvious. What's the plan going to be from Louis? He's actually committing. It's going to be Hobby. I'm a bit surprised if he actually does double down on this, though. Like, that's a bit difficult to achieve, I think. Like, Hobble are already more flimsy version of Horseman, but now you're going to be an age behind. And we have got some stone gathering. So B just looking to consolidate himself in the gold vein. Yeah, he goes double outpost, in fact. Yeah. Now, that is interesting. Is he going to gather all the way for Springald? Because that's pretty expensive. I doubt it. You only put 3 on the stone, right? So yeah, just the 1 drop for Arrowslets. And reminder, Louis does have this. I love that. The decap from the scout. Yeah, because he pulled the Spearman away. So now, unless Louis wants to idle the villager standing here for ages, he's just going to get ejected and miss out on the stone. And the funny thing is, like, Louis probably doesn't realize this is happening. It's not like you get pinged regularly. Like, this isn't you being attacked. It's just a decap. Oh, that's brilliant. So that will slow down the mana generation. Louis will, at best, get 2 mana's worth from this. And we do now have the Burgrave coming. Oh, baby. This is going to be a very fast and aggressive game, I think. I like how most pros are just playing Altai very aggressively. Like, hey, 2-hour game? Hell no, 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 no. A little bit of a dive attempt here. We're just going to use the fast forks. Remember, we are like 2 or 3 minutes out from live. Villager does end up getting ejected. And the dive... Wait a second. Oh my god, he actually... No. No, 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 no. No, the target fire's coming in on the spears, right? He's getting rid of the low HP units first. Yo, this is kind of wild. There's no way. Does he have the torch damage? I mean, B will probably have to pull a repair, but it's going to be fine. It has to be fine, right? There's no way you lose your Burgrave like this to a handful of Hobblars. Dive in. Lord's reaching him as well. No, dude. Like, this would be the most absurd way to lose a castle landmark. Dude, we're not even 20 units in tow. The Hobblar dive. Oh my god, it's actually happening. He's got more coming. Louis MT's a goddamn genius. Burgrave. B, if you don't complete it, it's all resources gone. It's virtually GG at that point. Villagers scramble past just to try and get it in. And now they turn their swords onto the workers. 4 down. Age up complete. E repairs available. B dodges death. But the price is so high, it's like the Reaper is staying in your basement. 7 workers dead. Burgrave still going down, and B will be able to save it with the E repairs. But the rest of the base is in shambles. Moves across now. Outpost. They don't have E repairs, guys. He can take these out as well. Louis legitimately doing this. If the previous games do not get the Lords of Lancaster build nerfed, this has to. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I mean, in fairness, is this maybe the way the game should be? You blind rush castle, you get punished. Sure, but the way he's done this is insane. More villagers about to go down. He tries to bail away. E-repairs is still on cooldown for another 30 seconds. The men-at-arms is coming out. The workers have been ignored for the moment. The Hobblar are going to dive in. The Lords are all dead. Louis MT will get 2 additional kills for his effort here. That will be all that he shall get, but he is now 15 workers up over B. 1 mana, second probably soon to come. Halfway on the resources to go in Castle Age, and in a situation where, quite frankly, I don't see how B's meant to go in his base and do anything here. This is pure insanity. This is by far the most ridiculous one we've seen. Louis MT. What a statement play on game number 1. Men-at-arms from B. They've got their work cut out. Could they turn this around? Could they get... Yeah, sure. Like, I could win the lottery. The probability probably isn't there for me, though. Now the White Tower coming up. 24 workers on that. The irony if B was able to actually anchor himself, but the men-at-arms are going to be just a little bit too late here. B, he gets eyeballs on. But there's no doubt about it. Louis MT's landmark will complete. The White Tower is enough to boot these guys out. And arms look to retreat. One's already down. Second one is going to be brought low. And with the dagger throws, he could easily get the coup de grace. Doesn't even need it. That's double gilded dead. B, I mean, free TC? What do you say? I mean, you've got to do something with this, right? Like, this is horrific. This is pure nightmare fuel. This is the Mama Babushka that your great-grandmother warned you about that lives in the forest. The evil hag in the hut. She just happens to be called Project Lancaster in this game. Crossbows now being built. Go to men-at-arms. Now, this is an interesting one for you guys. Actually, the attack speed is quicker on these than standard men-at-arms, right? So they actually trade reasonably well. Yep, the Baba Yaga. Is that Louis MT's name translated? It feels like it in this type of game. Ball play from B to try and contest. Because he needs every ounce of extra resource he can get from this type of position. And this is frustrating, man. Did he send the... He sent the injured men-at-arms back. We talked about this. Gilded men-at-arms suck in this matchup because of the Abbey of Kings. You just get tired and they just go heal. And it's brutal because, like, you know, normally men-at-arms wouldn't necessarily be able to full outpace you. Maybe you'd be able to chase it down for the final hit. Not these guys. Allsguard move quicker by default. So it's very difficult to get the charge in to get the kill. Miss micro by Loue will lead to one dead, but the damage being done here is irreparable for B. Is it best to assume with Order Dragon 1 archer equals 2 archers? Yes. Roughly, that's the way it works. That's the assumption, the intent. They cost double the resources. They're meant to have kind of double the impact. So the numbers aren't exactly 100%. For example, Men-at-Arms has 155 HP by default, whereas a Gilded Men-at-Arms have 290 HP. It's not exact, and then, of course, there's the damage differences. Well, attempt is going to get denied. 15 units, man. I can't believe that he was able to stop Castle Age with 15 units. That's including the scout. I am baffled. B. He had the right idea going for relics. Like, from this type of position, you need to get everything possible. And the relics is the biggest, most obvious feasible target. But now that you've basically turned the blinkers on, Loue MT is indicating for it too. So he'll start pulling relics. Probably going to be free going to Loue, actually. The corner relic, B hasn't started turfing that out. He hasn't garrisoned a villager over here. You don't really want to. These corner Forgotten Ruins are really good for lot of civs. Definitely not good for Order of the Dragon. For Order of the Dragon, it's really inefficient because your villagers are inherently better than standard villagers. So garrisoning one's more painful for you than other civs. Knight, nice dive in. That's another stick in pain. We're now at the double-digit kill count on workers. Prelate. I mean, he's just the cherry on top, isn't he? The Gilded Crossbowman should be able to come save the day, right? Oh, nice. Yeah, he will. And a little bit of weird pathing there. Loue almost ends up losing the knight. Does get away, though. And remember, as long as he's got 1 HP, just 1 HP is all he needs on a knight, he can get them back up to full. Oh, you cheeky son of a... Oh, that's sick, Loue. He gets the prelate on 17 HP and gets away like a thief in the night. See? Wait. Oh, no. Can he get out? Can he get out? He can't. He's stuck. Trapped inside. Oh, my God. And B, he only has men-at-arms. He's not going to have someone that comes quick enough. Yeah, we did end up losing a House of Lancaster villager over here, so at least that's good news for B. And no, you can't have it. It's mine. This right here is my daughter. Right? As soon as she sees our son with a toy... Oh, no. I mean, I know it was on the floor and I wasn't using it, but I want it now. So, Prelate will go down. The monk's already running away, weirdly enough, from Loue, though. I don't know if that's a pathing issue. Either way, that will slow down the retrieval. That's actually bought time for B to catch up over to this area, so it might be that he's able to snatch this one. Could you guys imagine if B now won this game after the disastrous Castle Age? I mean, it would be one hell of a flex. It would set up for an incredible series. There's no doubt about that. But it also feels like it would take a bloody miracle. Definitely easier said than done, I'm afraid. Farm's now getting added in by Loue. It's got berries. Can play the deer as well. Yeah, he's got a lot of food, actually. All of his food's steered to the east side flank. None on the west. Good crossbows are getting it flanked here. The Hobblear is able to move in with the assist of the knights. In the meantime, crossbowmen, they're taking out the men-at-arms comp. B tries to split the fight desirably. Hobblears are going to go hunting onto B's prelate. Looks like they'll be able to find the kill there. And the chase has cost them dearly. No, they've just basically been hitting the worst unit in the back possible while the knight is pummeling them. See, all that to try and secure a relic just to fail. Crossbowman now winning the main engagement. B, it's all unraveling. There was a hope, a glimmer, if maybe he could win the relic game. But now you just feel miles behind, and you're going to get further behind. Mana tiers are unlocking, which means Louis going to get access to another 3 manas. There's no comeback here. There shouldn't be. If he does it, then I'm going to actually just put in a proposal to dub be a saint. Because he would definitely have required divine intervention to get back in this one. I mean, Gilded Crossbowmen are capable of many things. I'll give him that. Does feel like it would require Louis to be pretty lazy, haphazard. A little bit slow. And I know Louis likes that late game. I don't think you need to target it fully, though. It's always tempting, isn't it? When you play this Civ, the Demon Civ, with all the passive income, you do just have that temptation to just drag it out. Go a little bit deeper. I wonder. Maybe with static emplacements, you know, get some defensive towers up. He's already got some here, but they're only arrow slits. You need a lot of stone for the Springolds. But Relics Garrison, maybe. The problem is Louis got most of those relics. Oh my god, come on! Just give him something! Anything! Louis is just like this guy who lives in a mansion. You know, he sips the finest wines. He's got like 5 sports cars. And B has just come to his door, beaten him rags, and be like, yo, can I get a muffin, please? And Louis MT is like, a muffin? Would you like it with chocolate or gold, or literal gold nuggets in it? And then he just brings it out. He doesn't even let you have the muffin. He just eats it himself. Oh, God. No, no, no. There's just nothing left. B, just... it never felt right after that 15-unit dive. That build is not okay. Okay? Mm-mm. No. No, no, no. That's... No. Broken. The more I see it, the more it genuinely seems broken. Oh my god. I mean, in fairness, the thing I will say is he decided to fast castle. Like, the argument you've got to have yourself is that fair? Should it be a case of, like, you know, 15 units can stop castle? Maybe. All right, let's get ready to go. Next game, we hop in. This is... I mean, quite frankly, after game 1, I feel like I need a shower. That was one of the dirtiest games I think I've seen so far. Louis somehow took Lancaster to the next level of filth. But now he takes Japan. A Civ that when we last saw him wield it, it looked incredibly underwhelming. Let's see if he can make up for it today. Because if you guys remember, last time we saw Louis with Roos, it was that matchup against Wham. And the outcome was, quite frankly, brutal. Yes, Wham got away with the greediest Roos opening I think I've ever seen in the last year plus. He played hunting cabins out onto the deer. He built his hide trade house out in the stealth forest. He done all of this against a Civ that rushes you in the first age. I still cannot believe he got away with that. And this time, does Louis suspect anything? Does he look for it? Because this is the thing, like, some players don't like Dark Age rushing into Roos because you might just find hunting cabins there in the base. But B has been a bit cheeky about this. The second hunting cabin is out of range, so he's getting more gold gen here. Because remember, the hunting cabins generate passive gold. And this would usually be a bad thing. Like, this type of placement disastrous if you're playing against an aggro civ. But I don't know why. Loue, is this just like a standard thing? Does he just not like rushing with Japan? I mean, I know he's a guy who loves the late game, but it's still a powerful play for this civ. Remember, they only pay 75 wood for their racks. So a few spearmen are pretty nice. Don't get why Japan goes on berries this early. Isn't sheep a better gathering rate with level 1 tech? That's a great question. And the answer is no. No, berries is better. So berries is 0. You ready for this? 69. 0.69 base gathering rate. Sheep is 0.75. If you add 25% onto that, that gives you, like, what? An extra 0.15? So it puts you up at roughly 0.84. So you're basically on par with deer gathering rates with berries. That's pretty damn good. So that's why berries is definitely a worthwhile investment, especially if you think you're against an aggressive civ. Starting berries is a really good idea in those situations. Here, I wouldn't expect aggression. I'd expect greed. It is Roost after all. Then again, I'm a little bit surprised that we haven't seen B try to sneak out to the deer, considering this guy has been inspirational with his screw pro scouts approaches. You guys have like noticed that recently, right? Is that B doesn't like playing pro scouts. I think he's got sick and tired of it. Kura now coming in. Okay, so Loue, is he? Oh my god, he's doing it again. Guys, this is the build that got him royally screwed against Wham. But the difference is that B isn't being as greedy as Wham was. So this is 1 on Kura for Fast Castle. Loue just seems to stoically believe that this is the way to play Japan. Which is funny because this used to be actually the way to play Japan. And then people realized the Civ has more dimensions, especially with the buffs. I just realized we're 2 minutes behind live. We can do this. I mean, we might as well, guys. This is, there we go. This is just going to be greed on greed. He scouted it out. He's like, hold on a sec. No aggro coming. Fine. So Hunting Cabin goes into the tree line. Remember, all the Stealth Forest is going to generate more gold for him. Works out quite nicely. And Loue, he did have to build an outpost, which is a little bit surprising. I don't think that was necessary. You just kind of slow down your timing here, right? Like, build the outpost upon arrival in castle. Until your opponent techs up, there's no fear of horse archers. And there we go. We are fully live. So 22 gold gen from this. That's pretty good for a hunting cabin that's meant to be for deer gathering. And B, just shoving him one to the deers to be more optimal. He did get survival techniques, right? Yeah. Loue already cleared the first berries. Didn't actually go for the second. I'm a little bit surprised. I thought maybe it would be worth stopping off for Takazaiku. I imagine the way you could do this, though, is you could start the tech up and then prep Takazaiku. Like, maybe you build the Golden Gate here, and then you move across afterwards. Is this just a replay? Yes. Dude, it feels like it. It's legitimately the Wham Loue game. But this is a live series happening right now. All right, B. You going to do it? I don't think so. Yeah, he's doing it. We're getting the high trade house out. I wasn't sure because I thought he'd go here, which is too far away for the walk without wheelbarrow. So he builds it a little bit closer to the base. 15 building up now. He's going to win the race to castle, guys. Floating gate. Now on the way for Loue. And it is going to be the stables drop. So everything to be expected here. Pretty much your full standard game. Oh my god. You greedy son of a guns. I mean, it's the irony as well. It's like game 1, B tried to fast castle and punished him. And I feel like he was slower on being greedy on this opening in game 2 because of what happened in game 1. And what does Loue do? He just completely changes his tune. Yeah, pre-30 villagers, both in castle. Daimyo upgrade now on the way. That's going to allow him to get into the abandonment. Gives him the buff. And B, opening should be what? Archery? Normally expect archery. He is investing in wooden fortresses, and he does it on both sides. Nicely played. Yeah, so he's not going to be exposed here. A little bit rough the way this plays out, though. Like, your lumber camp here, when your wooden fortress is over here, doesn't feel great. He's not getting a wood buff at all. Which, there we go. It's coming in now. Okay, so I was about to say, like, if you don't wood buff here, then you're going knights. But this makes a bit more sense now. Still, this has been a really expensive opening for B. Triple wooden fortress ends up costing you 525 wood. That's a lot. Dive in. Not Samurai. Oh, no, the micro. It wasn't quick enough there. He loses one. Might be a second, actually. Loue. Oh, my God. B. There's nowhere to go. This is the weird part. He's playing his eco so wide, yet he's still hemorrhaging, which is kind of crazy. Guys, like, this shouldn't be happening. Any villager deaths in the TC range, because he's got so many free slots on the town center. You can see it right there. Big-ass number. 6 out of 15. 8 villagers here. Should be safe. Garrison comes through. Mount Samurai able to sliver off, and Undermesh is now on the way. Oh, man. B looks so stuck. Archery range coming in. Do you just go crossbows? He is going to go horse archers. Okay. I mean, a little bit surprised by this just because position-wise, he feels really far behind on the count already. Relic-wise, he's also struggling, man. Loue already getting 1 relic home. He's moving out for the second one now. Yeah, on the east side. And he's also just got the second Yorishiro drop. Goes in the farmhouse. I love this. Tempo, tempo, tempo. He produces more this way. It's all about that ramp up. Oh, is that my sister in chat on TikTok as well? Yeah, I finally branched to TikTok with my very different view. Let me know what you TikTokers think, actually. Can you see all the info relayed? Hopefully. Oh, I might have to go get my son in a second. He's just woken up. Okay, so horse archer's coming in now. Yorishiro drop on the north side. Relic on the north side, rather. Has been intercepted. So he's going to get slowed down now. There is some hope for B. He also does have a lot of passive gold already. 155 gold coming in there. Now the knights. Diving in, just idling out the food. He's trying to slow down that ramp up. Loue MT. Is he looking for a switch? He did get a Wallow, actually. He got the horse archer. Wait, what? Yeah, he snatched one away. The Knight's just playing Ring Roses right now. He's already got ranged armor too. The TC does no damage. Oh, God, guys. It's happening again. It's just Lords of Lancaster an age later. I mean, I don't know what you do. You're just kind of hard hamstrung. The good news this time around for B, compared to last game, his economy is split in 3 different locations. So he should in theory, always get something. He's also getting worker losses. 4 dead so far. This is all your games against Japan? What, you build your high trade house out here? Come on, be real. Relic picked up now by B. Oh my God. In fairness, if this is all your games against Japan as Roos, it's your own fault for trying to spam horse archers. Don't you make spears? He wants to be in control of the game. He feels like if he builds spears, crossbows, he's going defensive, which is fair, because like the key objective for both of them now is to get relics. But Louis just getting everything, man. Every slice of the pie. 3rd relic's on the way home. 4th seems quite attainable, but B is going to snatch that away first. And the thing is, like, he hasn't lost that many workers, right? That's the 5th one going down there. But it's the idle time. Just so much of his workforce is not working. Which is why Louis can afford to keep sacking troops like that. Boring bonk. I like the way he approaches, like, I will convert you. Well, means he's just going to dive past. Body blocks in the choke points. Great grab there. -3 on the horse archers. Warrior monks at this point kind of feel like they actually need to be part of the military force. Which is rough, because they're not faring well here. I love that, though. He baits him over to the spring on placements. Loue, not going to hang around too long. And it's going to be another GG. Oh, we are speed running this. Loue, a man infamous for late game, is letting it get nowhere near there. A disaster of a day for B. And he might have a hat trick of this type of experience. All right, guys. I've quickly got to go grab my son because he's crying. So I'll be right back 1 second, guys. I'll leave the music on for you. Jesus, he is really grouchy. Be right back. Be right back 1 second. Sorry. Alright, there we go. Oh. Not a happy lad, are you, mate? I hope this is okay on TikTok. I mean, I'm not making the content about him. He was just here for the second inning, mate. Full tears. Look at you. Alright, they're in lobby now. We're getting ready for game number 3. I can't believe how quick this series has ended up being. So 2-0, Loue MT is just destroying Japan versus Rus done in 15 minutes. Crazy. And that was on Pigeon's View. Yeah, they can hear you. You're a loud mother ducker. In ya. I hope this is okay on TikTok rules. I'll know if I get banned in a sec. I mean, I have no choice. He's literally crying. Alright, so boys are in lobby now. We should be hopping into the next one in a second. Okay. Yeah, all the while. You haven't been out here in a while, have you? Well, not to sit down regularly. Hair's more golden. My hair used to be exactly like this, actually. My mum can attest to that. Camera shots are perfect, right? I'm just like, I don't know. I don't want to make him the main focus of the content. I don't want to get in trouble. Everybody? I think okay, we can't. I think the cool thing is he just looks adorable in this, like with what he's wearing. Good little PJ, look at you, mate. His hair color looks so good. Yeah, but there's a good chance he'll just end up with my hair color, which is just a very boring, very dark brown. Oh, pardon you. You're holding that in, weren't you? Can I put you back to bed? Is that what it was? Hey, what's going on with game 3 of this series, by the way? They've been sitting in lobby. They should be getting ready to roll in a second. Where are you going? Hold. Oh. Ah. Yeah, we're streaming on TikTok as well. So we're live on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. Actually, I didn't check over the music for the problem. Hopefully not. Alright, the boys are in game. It's time. What might be an insanely fast series. I don't think I can put my headset on, can I? Alright, 1 second. We'll be in game in a second, guys. I don't have a seat out. Can we link to a TikTok? Yeah, 1 second. Dude, it's so hard to do this with one hand. So my TikTok... Actually, what was my TikTok called? Yeah, it should just be Killer Pigeon. I mean, obviously, you know, primary focus, make sure you stay watching on the Twitch, but... 1 second. Cutest baby you've seen? Dude, he like everyone who meets him, sees him, is like... he melts their heart. Because he has... The thing that is very interesting about Ezra is Ezra smiles in the most adorable way fashion possible. Because he smiles with his whole face. Don't ya? Don't ya? Yeah! Yeah, you do! You smile. Ah, you dribbly hands! Alright. Should we get ready? Let's hop in the game. Alright. Alright, this is a silly way to finish the third place matchup, potentially, but I've got a co-caster. It's little Ezra joining me for game number 3, and this is bonkers, guys. Loue MT is leading 2-0 in this series right now. 15 minutes each, I believe it was. He's not waiting around at all. And in game 3, he picks the Shushi. Up against Mali, though, this could be good for B. I think you have some potency here with, like, if you can find your sofa timings. The tricky part, though, is I think Shushi come in at Castle Age so quickly, there's really not much you can do about it, right? It does worry me. So curious to see what B is going to be able to do. B has been a really big fan of these no pro scout builds. We're going to 2x speed just to catch up to live. So the whole idea is with this type of... Oh my god, actually, yeah. No, guys, we're doing it. We're going to see a game 4. Are you kidding me with this spawn? B may actually be Marine Lord in disguise. That is double gold back, deer back, 2 tree lines, easily controllable area. This is the dream. I don't think you can ask for a better spawn than this if you're B. Especially against Shushi. Like, Shushi's not really a civ that outpost rushes you. So you shouldn't feel too threatened that they're going to block out that resource early, right? So yeah, this is great, man. If I'm B, I'm over the moon with this. This is exactly what you need in this type of game. The funny part, though, is that B doesn't know yet. You can see on the minimap, he hasn't scouted that area. Yeah, and well, Sheep Hall. It's going to be, what, 13 here coming in for Loue. Other side of this. What are we looking at? B with 11. So pretty tight, neck and neck. He's about to discover the spawn as he comes back here as well. Like I said, this is gonna be saving grace. This is gonna be the... Oh, thank God. Yeah, sees the second gold. You're already happy about that. Sees the deer. Now, I wonder if B is considering just pulling out. There he is. There's our boy. B, he understands that pro scouts against Shushi does not win you a game. It just slowly loses you a game. So he's going to be a no pro scout boy. This has been a big part of why everyone's cheering on B as well at the moment, right? Like, I think a lot of people are sick of the pro scouts meta. Even after the nerfing, it's still seen in a lot of places. And give me a sec. I've got little Ezra being a little bit of a nuisance, haven't I, mate? You want to say someone in the microphone? Say, da 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 da. Da 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 da. All right, you're not a very good caster. It's okay, mate. There's other things you can do in life. And Loue, it is going to be the pro scout. So exactly what we would expect out Shushi. He has scoured every deer location on the map. Except, wait, he actually might not see this one. No, so he actually hasn't scouted the closest deer stack, is the weird part. But he may have already seen them casually. You love watching pro scout meta, but hate playing it? I hate watching it as well. I think Pro Scout meta is like cool when you watch it the first few times. You're like, wow, I have not seen this in a very long time. And then you, within a week of that meta, we're like, wow, I've seen this too many times. Just completely flip to, I don't want this anymore. B. I wonder if he considers just like an outpost here to lock in the area. Wouldn't be the worst of ideas. You could even think about getting the stone, right? You can generate with the Manta Quarry. Definitely feasible, but it looks like we're just getting greed as our archers are going to be coming in. And Ezra, please do not stop picking up all the things on the table. Ez. Guys, I think this might be a challenge. Road to Conk in Age of Empires 4 while you have to hold a baby. I don't want to do that challenge. No one should have to do that challenge. Alright, so Spearman coming in as well from Loue MT. B, I mean, does he Pro Scouts also? No, surely not. I think you just play Harasser, right? You can play Blocker with your own scouts. 1 second, I need to open the door because it's now getting very hot in here. All right, there we go. But yeah, I guess with this type of like composition, this type of spawn, I mean, Loue MT maybe thinks his best bet is to kind of aggro into it. I don't know, like this many spears just feels like he's focused more on guarding than attacking. So B just kind of gets to have his cake, right? Oh, there, buddy. Yeah, Ezra's not being feeling well at the moment. So it's great when he's not feeling well that he's sitting on my lap ready to make me... No, do not press the keyboard! You. Listen, you. Wait. I know where you live. Scout's coming in. Yeah, so he's just going to ignore the spin and play. But B's not done there, guys. He's actually committing. Look what's coming behind. We've got a full switch. Donzo, Archer, and Sofa. Man, this is such a B maneuver. This is the guy that in his semi-finals matchup against Vortex, he was able to beat Delhi by playing feudal aggressive Malians. You did just hear that correctly. So don't be surprised that he's trying to go gung-ho here. The Loue MT is getting in the Chug, a pretty ideal unit for this type of combat. Yeah, especially considering that B doesn't go javelins. And the reason that B doesn't go jabs, guys, is like A, he sees spears, wants to counter them with archers. But B, like comparing archers to javelins, you spend 50% more per unit, right? So you bulk up slower. And something that B's been really good at, actually, and I think a lot more people are starting to kind of replicate it, is the unit bulk, right? We've seen a lot of spear spam recently with great success. It's just the idea of having enough units. B was quick to that type of adjustment of game style back in KPMM Season 1. He was doing it frequently where he would rush castle and just spam spears to beat people. Oh, Loue. Maybe contesting the age in terms of military, but you can see his end goal here. He's going castle age. Grumpy baby. I've just got him staring at the wall. Here, I'll give you a glimpse. Yeah, there's lots of shiny things back there. Don't look at these things. Thank you. All right, so I've got him starting to steer over. Loue, what's he trying to contest here? I think he just wants to secure the deer more than anything else. But isn't going to be given over to him for free. No, you can see that B just wants to try and slow down the map controls giving over, right? Especially considering actually on the far south side. Okay, there's only one deer left here. Still, B, are we getting Farimba? I think this is Farimba. Yeah, and I don't know if I'm crazy. Okay, there we go. That's much better. I was about to say, I wasn't crazy about the idea of Farimba here. Like, you haven't got much justification for it currently. So, 9 cow. B. He's still got the cavalry to try and raid, so Loue has to play quite defensive as he techs here. But it's going to be a Shaolin Monastery build. Now, very different. We don't see this very often anymore. Most people are just going straight for Mount Loue. It's intriguing that Loue chooses this despite the fact he went Pro Scout, but I think it's because he knows he's getting free deer stacks. So he can justify being missing on the Mount Loue Academy's extra food gen possibilities and pump timing. I think he's playing more for a later phase of the game. Yeah, this is his contest towards Grand Fulani, I guess. So he'll try to win the relic race. If you get at least 3, you're pretty happy. 4, you're over the moon. Hell yeah, let's get those likes up on TikTok. Whoop, whoop. Mate, you don't know how hard my life is, all right? Being a caster is a difficult career when you have to juggle this little ducker. All right, there we go. Especially when he's trying to push himself off of you. You know, like, what I find funny about babies is how they have no notion of their own danger and you trying to stop them from said danger. All right? Mummy's here now. Say goodbye to the screams. Bye. All right, he's just looking at Mummy. All right, here you go, Mummy. Daddy needs to focus on the game. And we are back. Here we go. Full form. My wrist is now hurting. Oof. We are getting a sneak out for the extra deer. Loue MT. Also, the Shallow Monk timing looking really good here. B isn't trying to get relics himself. It just feels like this is going to be a 5-relic game for Loue. Which does not bode well for B. I mean, this is meant to be his best game, his best opportunity based on spawn at least. Looks like a hard fight though. Sofa diving onto Chug. He hasn't got the imported armors, but he has at least got the veterancy. Zook are just going to go for trade out up against the Donzos. Lance is soon to arrive. He's only got 2 in the fight. 2 more are on the way. But it looks like the overwhelm for B at least looks decent with the Sofa surviving through. But Loue MT has got more numbers pumping forward at a quicker pace. Yeah, B, he has no trickle of troops coming through here. So Loue in a staggered retreat. He's going to encounter some reinforcements, but the Sofa numbers are doing a number on Loue. I'm impressed, man. B, low HP bars all around as they high-five each other. But 1 HP still equal a win, right? Like, there's still units doing damage. B, able to mop up the bulk of what Louie's cooking with here. And push him all the way back to the base. Phenomenally well done. Even intercepted some of the deer gathering. 4 deers get dropped before they get returned. So he denied the extra stack. Loue. Now things do get a little bit worrisome, don't they? Now, he's got 2 more relics on the way home. So gold isn't going to be a problem. But food is going to start to worry me a little bit here. Chinese boy. You know what the problem as well with having my son out here? Same my daughter. We've got a full stream set up with lots of shiny things and flashy buttons and so on and so on. You can see why this is a problem with small kids. Oh, blimey. Not poking. B. He's going to get himself a kill. Now, Louis bulking hard into Lancers, but props to B. He's actually keeping up with Surface quite nicely. And import armors is now there, so these boys are very tanky. 1-to-1, though, they should still actually get beat down by Lancers. Be careful. Oh, no. Oh, no. We talked about those health bars, the efficiency, but B, he just lost half of the frontline Sofa. Instantly. I think he forgot just how low they were. And Loue was paying full attention. Just look at the green body count. 1 Lancer. What? 6 Sofa and more. It's a disaster. B was playing this so well. But the overextension now, I mean, behind this, the Fulani, it's still only 9 cow. He never stacked that fat boy up. He's got more stables coming in, but now this starts to feel like a less than stable cavalry race to participate in. You want to press shiny buttons and you're a big kid? Your name must be DD. If you get that reference, you're in the correct stream. Thank you very much. I think that's the good thing about, you know, creating content Age of Empires, where the average age group is in their 30s. You know they're all going to get a good old Dex's Laboratory reference, you know? If they don't, they're an imposter. All right, Loue on approach. This is a scary army. I would have probably liked to have seen some crossbows, but the Zug just get rid of the Donzo straight away. The problem is that the Zug do no damage to Sofa. There's way too much ranged armor on these boys. The villagers, they have no real ranged armor to speak of. Yeah, he baits out the Donzos. B. What is going on? Oh, he got mirrored in the corner. He was trying to focus on raids. So idle off the gold to dive in towards the cow. And the villagers, only one going down there. But I mean, the Donzos is the issue. And B, this Archer switch I'm not crazy confident about. You know, you're up against a lot of Zug. Zug will beat both the Archer and the Donzos. Yeah, I mean, what else do you build, though? I mean, this is your problem, right? Like, you don't have a good anti-armor unit that has armor. That's an interesting predicament to be in. Is like, Zogs are actually super effective here at protecting the Lancers. Donzos, Musafadi, they're the best Lancers, but you can't use them. You only have Sofa, and the Sofa may struggle to break through here. Zogs starting to target fire down the archers. More arriving. However, the Sofa, they're holding on. The Lancer reinforcements weren't on the way. Loue. He's going to get thinned out here. Yeah, I think in an ideal world there, if Loue maybe just sacks the Zugs, he can keep the Lancers alive long enough to do some real damage. Instead, his brute force antics are going to get shoved away. Great defense by B, and all of a sudden, he's up to 13 Sofa. From what felt like a dead comp, he's booted back to life. Man, Loue. I think Loue maybe sipped the Kool-Aid a bit too much. By the looks of it, what happened here is Loue trusted way, way too much in Dali horses, which gives the increased attack speed. Wait, you never had Cartoon Network growing up? Bro. What? No. How do you live like that? I always knew there was something wrong with you for you to enjoy this stream so much, and now I know what it is. You know what was a banger from my childhood? Have I got any Wacky Racer fans? Ugh. I live and die by Wacky Racers. Especially Muttley. Okay, so I think Loue might be in trouble now, no? 4-1 relic split. He has at least got 2 sacred sites. His food's competing for now, but Pro Scouts isn't forever. He's already on berries. It's from my father's childhood. I can still appreciate it, though. I still played through my childhood, you know? Like, does Powerpuff Girls play through our kids' childhoods now? Because they really should. I always loved the theory craft that Samurai Jack, rather, Samurai Jack and the Professor are the same person. Spring placements. Look at the Sofa raise. Not going to connect as big as he was hoping. I'm struggling to see how Loue wins a main engagement this rate, though. I don't know, I think a sprinkling of Zug and crossbows would have been his answer. Just Zuganu. Just Chukanu is... It solves the Donzo still, but we just saw that your Lancers lose to Sofa. Dive in now. Villagers will look to pull away. The Sofa... Oh, that was threaded. He does end up losing 1 villager, but somehow gets the rest out of there just in time. Sofa, though, are cutting the reinforcements. Dive in, finds an additional worker kill. It's going to be a taxman this time. B, not dead yet. No. I think we've got him on the verge of control here. He just needs to run the last piece of Loue out of town. Loue, he's snuck out to the berries on the flank. That's his lifeline, but that's only a 2,000 resource lifeline. Not going to last long when you consider that B has got infinite resource. Gold and food. And the cow just keeps getting better, up to a count of 14 now. Loue never got the deer? I don't think he ever was going to. Not with this counter attack timing. Like, it's an impossibility. I think at this stage, Louis's best bet is to try and sneak the boar on the east side. Maybe west as well. Like, I'd love to see him just play both flanks. Because you can't make a farm transition happen like this, right? It's just a death sentence. The moment he tries, he's probably just gone. B. Just shrinking that Duke count down. And big clash on the east side. I mean, what? About equal, but that's actually good for Sofa if it's equal. Loue, hold on a second. B, that was a bit of a scramble panic there. He took a lot of damage entering and exiting the base for nothing really gained. Could there be hope? You have to remember if this is just the cav on cav, equal numbers, Loue should win. Should. Micro still matters. The other problem, though, is this is never going to be just the cav, right? It's very hard to achieve that. This is a good way to do so. B just getting caught trying to raid. The reason why he feels free to do this, by the way, is that Sofa are quicker than Lancers. Right? They're about 0.10 quicker. Usually means that you can just kind of weave around and outpace Lancers and always just stay out of range of them. Sofa. They wedge themselves in. Donzo following up, though. There's not many Zug here. And the Lancers headbutt the Spearman line. Sofa just holding them back from reaching into the archers. And Donzos are sweeping through one by one to clean this up, to carve him up like a New Year's turkey and take us to a game number 4. There's just nothing left of him. That's it, B. Able to strike back, able to say, no, citizen, fear not, for I am here. And I am Mali. Loue. The berries are practically gone. He's now playing for that ball. He still refuses to throw in the towel, but it's getting harder and harder to see the way. Like, even with this many injured Sofa, before this was a deal breaker, right? Like, oh no, you can't win now as Mali. But he just has so much extra force behind this. Sofa. I'm just going to club down. I mean, they take a decent few Lancers with them, actually. Like, that wasn't the worst trade in the world. That was pretty good. Oh my god! The lumber camp just griefed the crap out of Loue. Did you guys see that? What happened is that he was wedging in a Lancer, and then free Sofa could hit it, essentially. So what that was is B, despite the low HP on all of those guys, he just had more boys clubbing, and we are going to be rubber-dub clubbing deeper in this set. It is not that simple to annihilate B, as he just proved with the Malians. Yo. All right. Now we're cooking with the hot sauce. B on the board via Dry Arabia. Two miracles have happened. We have Mali versus Shushi. That one might be uploadable. A spawn blessed by the Malian gods. Actually, I'll go blessed by the developers themselves, maybe. All right. So, where do you go now? Because remember, Loue has pick. The loser always has pick. So he could try to checkmate now, or we could get kind of more of a throwaway pick to try and just make his job easier in the final game. So he's got French, he's got English, he's got Delhi. French, English, Delhi. Boldland is an option. You've got French. Your opponent has got, what, HRE, though? HRE could just try and play contest and push into you. I don't think you mind that matchup as French on that map, though. Maybe you don't force Boldland and leave that until last. I think that would leave front range, which gives you, what, English versus Ottomans? I think Otto's his favorite there, though, right? On front range, anyway. Give me a tricky one. And by the way, guys, if you are tuning in for the first time, as soon as we are streaming on a new platform entirely, reminder, we have got loads of content that goes up on our YouTube. We also, if you want to get the full POV and not just have the vertical to the TikTokers, we have got horizontal views on both YouTube live streams as well as Twitch live streams, so be sure to check those out. I think I need to talk to my editor. He's getting home from holiday in the next few days. We might start uploading shorts and clip pieces. Dude, like... Oh, man. Shout out to Mega, our editor. He just, like, posted this in the Discord, which you should all be a part of. He's like, how I watch KPMM at home. Yeah, he's got a few POVs going there, you know? Just a little bit. What third platform is the stream on? We're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, we're on Kick, and we're on TikTok. Kick just kind of sits there. Like, I kind of left that to see if it organically built an audience. It doesn't. It's fine. Whatever. Like, main focus is getting viewership up on Twitch, YouTube, and now, hopefully, TikTok. I wasn't sure if, like, people would resonate with the content, because, like, I know TikTok is really, really fast-paced, whereas Age of Empires 4 is, like, a little bit chiller at times. But I don't know. I like to think maybe we bring the energy. And, guys, it is going to be Borderland, I think. I'm pretty sure we're going Borderland. Yeah. I also need to fix this POV. Sorry, TikTokers. I just realized you guys are just getting... Yo. Big me face. And what is up, CC Tompy? Thank you very much for the sub. Welcome back to the Swarm. All right. Here we go, guys. Could this be a miracle comeback? That's what we're here to find out as we hop in for game number 4. There is hope for B. He's trailing. He's struggling still. He's one game away from elimination, but he's got the HRE to try and bless him with an opportunity at a full reverse sweep. Loue MT, who speedran and dominated the first 2 games of this series, finally ran in to his first hurdle. And it was a harsh one, man. It was a wake-up call. Losing with Shushi into Mali the way it happened was crazy to witness. Could it now be that French gets him back on track? French that I think people are starting to warm up to again. I think this has been a little bit of a sleeper pick. It's just been there, but not maybe appreciated fully. But in more recent weeks in the KPMM, I think we're starting to see it draft prioritized a bit more, especially on open maps like this. Like, this is the perfect kind of map. Maps like Himiyama, Prairie, Borderland, maps where your opponent has small tree lines are great for French picks because of how much raid potential you have with your knights. We are just, I think, 50 seconds out from life, so we'll use the 4x to catch up. Look at the spawn, by the way. Oh my good god. I think he has been blessed by a god. B gets the double berry back and the gold. What? And then Loue, by comparison, gets what? Berries? He gets the gold. That's nice. Like, it's important that you have backup options as French for gold, and he has actually got a good breadth of options. Admittedly, a little bit exposed, but it's okay. And he has set up the berries to the mill. He's already got wheelbarrows, so this should be Pro Scout's priority. He's already got 3 on gold. If he keeps the 3 on gold all the way through the tech up and techs up with about 4, expect to see Pro Scouts. B, though, this is a CIS special. Yes, B and Anantand are the purveyors of Minework. And I still remember when they first got hands-on with this, it was on the test server with Season 9, where they made the change and added all pikes. And these two were obsessed with it. It was broken back then. It gives +2 damage now. It used to give, I believe, +3 damage, and it was completely broken. Because that tech, plus Bloomery, was letting you get 50% more damage on spears and field edge. That's crazy. But ever since then, they've always just been looking for ways to justify this. They adore this build. And so do I, man. It's impressive. Minework is super impactful on these type of maps because Archon is devalued. Archon is devalued because the Archon, remember, it buffs everything in range. But on maps like Borderland, you don't have as much resource in range. The Archon Chapel that gives the 35% buff in a full AoE is great on maps where you have stacked tree lines, you have big gold veins near your base. That's when it makes sense. But a map like this, unless you want to go Pro Scout so you can pull the deer home, it's not that great. B, interesting. We've got the mill drop now. What's he up to? Like, why would you want a mill here? Just for the wheelbarrow? I guess wheelbarrow makes sense. Remember, he's playing against French. French knights are incredible raiders. They're the biggest threat you'll find in the early game. So having wheelbarrow to steer away from that, pretty important, especially if you're going to be playing a game where you have to come out of the base. And with 10 sheep, yeah, it doesn't look great to stay in your base. I'm wondering if there's a world in which we get pro scouts. I mean, he's still got 2 on gold. A little bit unusual to be seeing Minework Pro Scout. But in fairness, what is the alternative? I've been thinking about this recently with Borderland, and like Borderland, unless you're one of these civs that just can't Pro Scouts, like Byzantines, there's no point. If you're not a civ that gets better value out of berries, you might actually legitimately have to go Pro Scout. Because remember, this map has got 34 deer. That is actually about 20% more deer than a standard map has. And deer is the most optimal gathering rate that you can get safely in your base. So even though he's gone Minework, he is going Pro Scout. And I think the thing that makes that weird to me is like, you're not going to get as much value out of all pikes. Stilled arrow timing is probably going to feel wonky because French knights. But one thing that is pretty cool is if you go for Castle Age, you get this tech here called Steel Barding, which gives you +2 melee and ranged armor. That's very powerful against French in a night off. Their knights get buffed by 3 damage for 3 strikes. So that gives them an extra 9 damage. They can upgrade that to be an extra 30 damage, actually. As in, like, you know, from 3 to 10. So they get 3 strikes, 30 damage total. The interesting thing to think about is in knight fights, it takes about 10 hits, 10, 11, 12 hits to kill a knight. Because the armor and the base value, etc. So across 10 hits, barded armor with 2 melee is going to give you an extra 20 effective HP. That's actually not a bad deal. Right? That actually lets you kind of compete. But for now, we have to deal with the feudal. So it's giving the pro scouts. Stable's coming in. B. He's going to be late to the party. Loue has already got a lot coming home. Yeah, going to be 4 deer quickly into his base. Love the split as well. One of the tricky things of trying to shut down pro scouts here is your opponent can just play wide on the map. There's 4 different fat stack locations and 2 small support ones. So it's difficult to actually block every option. I think, did I say thank you to CZ Tompy? If not, I'm going to say it again. Thank you very much for the sub, mate. You're a legend. I'm pretty sure I did. I like to double check. I like to make sure, you know. And wait, we got a diamond? Or did I miss that? We got a diamond on TikTok? All right, someone's going to have to explain the diamonds in depth to me. I should know this. But whoever gave the diamonds, you're a legend. Did I miss that? That might have been when I rushed to get our baby. In a panic. Thank you, mate. Legend. Okay. So we are getting a horseman now. Yeah, he baited the archers. Like, this is pretty interesting, right? Like, Loue with 5 archers, no knights at all. Pretty wacky, not your standard game. And I tell you what, if there is a civ that could block all pro scouts, it would probably be HRE. The March and Drill Spearman gives them that malleability to shift between deer much quicker than other civs can with the anti-cav. Like, I think almost any other civ tries to play anti-pro scouts, they have to do it via cav. Because knights could just cut you off if you just run Spearman Finn between the locations. But HRE, they get the faster moving spears, they're 15% faster. They also have a buffed economy, right? The 35% extra gathering. It just gives them that extra influx on timing and resources to sufficiently block out a lot of the pro scout options. The other thing is, like, also when you have this extra economy, you can almost just treat your spearmen as sacrificial scouts. Like, you stick them each on one location, you either stop the deer, like this, or you get killed by night. But if you get killed by night, your opponent now knows you're up there. So that begins the mind games. Like, the highest level, people then realize, okay, if my knight just struck up here, he's going to send more troops up here. So maybe now, instead of going north, I go south, right? It's like, it's very interesting the mind games you can get on board land before the deer start to get cleared. Like, now it starts to thin, right? 1 deer stack taken here, 1 here. But that still leaves the polar extremes at both ends of the map. B, he's going full all pikes. I actually wasn't expecting this against French. No, I theory crafted this a bit, and like on paper, it sounds like it could be pretty powerful, but in actuality, like the problem is usually you just get dented by knights. Because the thing is, like, +2 damage is nice on spearmen, generically, right? But compared to your +20 damage from hitting cav, like it's only a 10% increase in your DPS, really, right? It's less than 10%. So it's not that big of a deal changer when you play against knights. Like, I'd have to double check the math as well, because you hit for, with this tech now, he hits for 30 damage. His opponent has 4 armor, so 26 per strike. So that's 52. Does that change the break point? I don't think it does. 156, and then 182. Yeah, so it doesn't change the breakpoint. Like, I was just mathing out whether with that extra damage, you can kill them in 1 less hit. I don't think so. I think the all pikes damage change doesn't change anything. Because it's like an extra 16 damage in its change. So your opponent still takes an extra spear hit. So all pikes doesn't change your kill speed on knights. What it does, though, is makes you more sufficient at trading into archers. Because here's an interesting thought for you guys. Once you get your hands on the +2 tech all pikes, your spearmen have the same damage as their counter unit type. Archers get double damage against spears. But they hit for 10 at that point. And what's up, Mr. Pessimistic? I see you with the Prime sub. Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you keep getting those subs in. I know there's more Prime subs. Attach your Amazon account to your Twitch account and drop me that Prime sub. Got to do it every month. Don't let Bezos win. Nice, now with the poke. Just trying to intercept because it does feel like B is winning the Pro Scout game, actually. Yeah, and you might notice that Loue is ahead on raw economy, 42 to 36, but don't read into it too much. You have to remember that B, he has got a buffed economy. He's got 3 prelates, giving him 35% increase there on 9 villages each. So he's competing. Now big clash coming in B. It's a full melee mosh pit. The horsemen jump on top of the archers, forces the knights to commit here. The spear line is actually quite thin, though. B, can he make this work? Can he get that miracle game number 5? Horsemen, they're stuck on the knights right now. They're not actually trading out against what they need to. The extra damage is helping out a little bit. He does get access now to the archers. B, at the end of this, though, is going to be sacked. His whole army goes down, but he will be going up. Castle Age on the horizon. It was a bait and a throwaway. Yeah, he tosses away the main army just to get a free tech, knowing that Loue will not have enough firepower or have the position to now immediately counterattack. He's completely out of position. A sick read, and, you know, it seems really throwy by B, but it's really not. When you look at the army value and destroyed value was even Stevens, right? Like, he's still on par here. But the more important thing is, like, you're taking out Louis's archers, you're taking out some of his knights, you're losing some spears which you want to keep scaling, but the horsemen you don't really care about as much. This is a throwaway unit. So between the two sides, you know, you have to think of, like, there's 25% of the army from both sides. Well, that's 50%, shall we say, for HRE. 50% of their army, they don't want anymore. But Loue wants all of this. This is all important to scale. Aren't French comfy playing feudal in the castle? Yes, but you usually have bulk knights for the dive, right? Whereas HRE now, as long as they get a few more spearmen back up, they're not something you're going to headbutt into in a rush. Good intercept, though, that he does deny the prelate. Remember, B, he went mine work, which means he has surplus prelates to try and play with, but my god, is that a good snipe. There were 3 prelates, now there's 1. So B, 2 out of 3 of his attempts failed for relics. Loue was switched onto it straight away. That's a rough start, man. I think B, a little bit problematic now. Now, he's going to try to get into knights. He has got the steel barding. So I am a bit concerned with that. Like, that was meant to be 2 relics coming home with ease. But Loue gave him no breathing room at all. Now the Chinese prodigy kid. He's starting to enact the python. Or more of a boa constrictor as he tries to wrap himself around the base, but B's going to hold him back for the moment. Buying a little bit of time, just trying to sneak that relic in. It will make it back to the tower. Yeah, but these towers, they don't have spring replacements. They're actually not that threatening. Spring replacement would keep feudal knights away all day, all night. Loue just doing a great job here. Yeah, tanking with the archers, allows his knights to now overwhelm. Wall on the north side is going to be a big fat fail. He gets denied again. That's another 100 gold down the drain as he has to reproduce a prelate again. These Barded Armor Knights, they're tanking a lot. But the problem is, because B keeps sacking the prelates like this, he never has anyone on standby to heal them. Remember, he needs prelates to buff his economy. He needs prelates to gather relics. He can't also afford the prelates healing the knights. There's just too many things that B has to do with so few units. Finally, he is able to sneak north, so we'll get the second relic. Louis's going to look to intercept, though. Veterancy's on the way. Is coming in just 10 seconds, 15. Nice little backstab there. B just frustrating the reinforcements, so does force him away. All right, well played. The plan's coming together a little bit. B, 2 relics is where you start to become a bit more confident about the outcome, right? Like, you start to feel like your game is breathable. Veterancy for the Royal Knights is now in. Would Burger have been more effective here? No. The problem with Burger is, like, the charge is redundant because you don't charge Knights, you brace them. So there's no point having 50% more charge damage against a unit that you're going to stop moving against. Like, your goal, what you want to have happen is you brace them. If you are able to get a charge off, like, if you are in a situation where you're charging them, that's because they're running away from you. And although HRE, Marching Drill, Spearman can chase quicker than a French Knight can run by default, the difference is negligible. So they'd already have to be on top of you, really. And also, by going Burgrave, you are 100% putting yourself on a timer. Loue now playing for Monks too. Prola. An ambitious one. And we have got an Arbitraire switch from Loue. Okay. Now this is the delicate phase. He's trying to wall the map. If he can get these up, his comp looks a lot better. If B can catch him doing these walls, he could enact some serious damage on the French. I think 1 Relic Regnus is better. Sure, because like the HRE Burgrave is a timing attack, right? It's different when you talk about the Order of the Dragon. Order of the Dragon and their Regnus / Burgrave choice is very different. Because for them, remember, Burgrave is... the strategic value of Burgrave there is they save a lot of resources due to discounts. HRE's Burgrave doesn't give them discounts. It just pumps units much quicker. B. And he just hopped straight into the base. Loue, he was trying to get a castle up. Oh, wow. But yeah, he saw the ruins, right? So he knows. He's going to be sneaking the south side. And oh my god. The gold workers, the wall's going to come in clutch there. Gets him away. He gets the breathing room. Loue, this is the most delicate, vulnerable phase of his game right now. And he is slithering by with it. The walls are up, but the Knights are sneaking B. And the wall! He didn't get it up! Scout stays there. Knights did run around the side, but that's a mistake there. Loue gets home because B sallied round. That's crazy. He had more Knights coming. That wasn't a requirement. He could have waited to receive. Knights getting chased away, and Loue in this game yet to lose a single villager still. The Arbitraire arrived. That's going to clean up the Knights. He has not lost a single worker to all these attempts from B. Is it going to remain that case for long, though? Arbitraire could get thinned out up here, but the Knights are there to assist. It just feels like Loue is mirroring every single move that B is making across the map. Military Academy now coming as B just tries to get more momentum on his side, but it's failing. His Knights are dying too fast. 1 villager kill, finally. But the Relic game is looking Loue favored. The comp is looking Loue favored. B doesn't have an Archon with mass farms to buff him. He doesn't have a farm transition even beginning yet. His food sources are limited. Loue always has the get out of jail free card of a guild hall. And the other thing is the boar. This boar in the center, it does this sometimes. I don't know why. Like, I need to talk to Kavai because I don't know if that's intentional. But this boar is a game changer. Loue has a slower moving army. Therefore, he doesn't want to play wide flanks. He wants to play tighter. This is going to allow him to do so. It's an extra 2.2k food that you'll have over your opponent. B. It's just so unfortunate, man. Like, I mean, not unfortunate. It was actually beautiful from Loue. Like, he just played that anti-raid perfectly, blocking out everything. Like, the thing you have to highlight here is that what B tried to do is not easy. He tried to out-knight the most knighty civ in the game. And in fairness, any player of a slightly lower caliber who isn't as on point with the mirrored moves, especially with slow-moving units like Arbitraire, would have just started to lose the game from that point. But not Loue. Loue now hitting into the base. Knights are going to be able to hold there. The Arbitraire does get targeted down, but more should be coming soon. So this raid is not going to hit. B. Yeah, this is the problem. He's just never getting kills with these moves. Flash coming in. Spibinar there to assist. Yeah, Loue maybe just getting a little bit baited. Whoa, now. Farms are being set up. So Loue, this is the delicate phase now, right? Like, he got the castle up to secure the base, but now he's walled himself in. If he can get farms online, he can just keep on pumping. He's got a decent number of arbitrary. Knights need to protect it, though. Spearmen are becoming a nuisance here. It's going to be a spread out. The extra armor is helping, just keeping B sustained in this fight, and it is going to be a forced retreat. Loue needs to break back. Arbitrary are valuable. They're the thing worth protecting, but he has reached the castle. This is where B should not be diving anymore. He took a good fight. He took map control. But this is now the big challenge. You need the break-in. It's frustrating. You want to try to get wide quickly here because the arbitrary can shoot you from behind the walls. So you don't want to try and burn the wall right here. You don't want to try and burn it here. Probably want to go all the way down here. Cheeky little night raid. Does end up getting a worker kill. Doesn't get the second, though. I think the gold is almost tapped here, though. Like, this is unfortunate timing. I mean, he can still hit the farms, but the gold will be moving elsewhere. Loue breaks away. B creeps in to discover there is nothing over here anymore. Yeah, we'll try to chase, but it's that castle, man. You just don't want to dive it. And guys, like, this is getting really uncomfortable for B now. You know, French, they build quicker villages, but you're also just on the clock because of the guild hall. This building right here is going to give you a lot of free food to work with. And once he's ready to release a Red Palace, where do you dive? Right, this is the scary part for B. Because the town center will get upgraded, the castle will get upgraded, the Red Palace itself won't be diveable. Like, B is running out of shots to shoot here. And Loue, and props to him still having this tree line, which I mean is in a fairly safe location. I wonder if he just Red Palace drops here. Like, ideally you want the gold on the north to secure the big tree line and the boar. But you might have to settle for something a bit closer to home. Because B's army is pretty scary right now. And yeah, I think B forgot about the... Oh, come on. Yeah, the outpost got burnt down. He totally forgot. So it's just sitting there. This is a pretty big deal. You're playing Regnits. You know, that's half of your relics right there. And it's happening. And oh, no. B. The moment he moved away, Loue takes it. That is devastating. Loue gets everything he wants. He's the spoiled brat at Christmas. He gets the new PS5. He gets the new OLED monitor. For some reason, he's 10 years old, but they brought him a McLaren. All of it. This is the jackpot Red Palace. Yeah, close enough. He could even think about pulling the ball. Secures the tree line, the gold. It's everything you want and more. B, he's going to get the bad news, man. Double Sacred Site locked in. The only upside is that the Red Palace could have probably been a little bit closer to the Sacred Site. But I think Loue just can't believe it either. He's probably just a little bit in awe of the fact that he got a Red Palace like this. B. 22 Knights. He's going to try to break through the tree line again. There is some farms back here, but Loue should start steering his economy north side fully anyway. I don't think B can go Imperial, by the way. Like, he needs a big hit to justify that. You can see that the eco lead's getting crazy, and now the Knights... Oh my god, they got in! They get the Knight kills, a few workers, but now there's nothing at home. This is a full send. B, if he doesn't find workers, this very easily could be GG. More Knights being produced. One French Knight catches him in the corner. B now running away, but I mean, this is the moment where Loue could just rally over. Wasting time on the TC right now. There's workers on the front side of the base. The gold in the center as well. The farms are getting torched down, so he's starving him out a little there. It's difficult. The thing is, we see everything. B sees nothing of where the workers are. He can guess, but he can't gain. And it feels like Loue has everything to gain here. Finds the berries on the north. The boar, only thing really unharassed at this rate. Loue, he is without food for the time being. Guildhall got switched over straight away. He's adding in more farms near the Red Palace. And also the military count difference. Like, it's shrinking. Diving towards the TC. This is a hard fight. It's elite knights. And soon to be elite arbaletier as well. Like, this is the thing. The difference in army, in count, isn't good enough for the difference in quality per unit we're about to see here. Knights. Okay, that's a good raid. He finds all the gold workers there. Still a 20 worker lead. These French knights also actually might find the HRE gold soon. And no, he found the ball! Disaster strikes! B, he's got Cistercian abbeys on the way, but at home, we have a grand total of 0 farms. He's got no infinite food. And the berries on the north side. Even loses another worker up there. And B, he has to know where those farms now are, right? It's obvious at this stage. You can sense, you can tell. He can't die of this. Remember, this is a castle giga-stacked up on full roids. Like, you know when it's like, yeah, I just use protein, bro. No, dude, this guy, medically enhanced. Right? Look at this thing. Just shotguns down knights. He did at least get a worker kill or two, which is impressive. I think Loue might benefit from just an outpost for earlier warnings. Yeah, Loue will scramble away. Another worker goes down. But that ends up costing, what, 2 knights? I think actually might be 3. Good lord, this is just... It's expensive to discard 2 knights at this point in the game for 1 worker kill. Like, you've got 200 food income. So the Cistercian abbeys came in. He's setting up for the farm transition. He has not garrisoned the prelate yet, though. He's also running out of wood. Yeah, I think this is the last safe trees he's got, right? And then he has to come really far out in a game where he hasn't walled at all. It's just also so uncomfortable the way he's being forced to play. Like, B's base is here. Can you guys see where B's army is? I had to actually, like, move my mouse to drag again. It's on the opposite side of the map. And no, our champion this week was Vortex. Vortex won 4-3. Oh my god, but I think Loue is on the verge of winning 3-1 here. 92 to 66 economy. Loue is just milking this, dragging it out now. Because he knows it's not on him to make a move. He has advantage. Guildhall stockpiling again. I mean, I'd love to see him just switch food. But I think we're past that phase now. Like, just having the gold reserves much better for French. It means you can just win the cavalry off, guaranteed. And Loue just creeping in again. He knows where the farms are set up now. He saw it when he dove last. Walls are coming in, but the walls are going to come in too late. Knights creep in while B is building the walls up. And even the arbaletier came to party. Oh boy, he doesn't care anymore. What matters if his economy is safe near the castles. Castles that B does not have. And he's about to discover it's not just Knight Raiders, it's the full Imperial French army. He already mirrored the knights on the south side, which means he's now wide open. Like a goal without a goalie. The type of penalty that only an English player can miss. A few spearmen showing up. I think Loue just needs to start moving forward. He's A-clicking the buildings a lot. What's he distracted by? Yeah, because these guys should already be in. Moves forward with some archers now. He has dragged the enemy troopers across. And that's why. Look at what he's waiting for. Royal Bloodlines in 15. Yeah, he's just waiting for the text to make it even easier. So farm's now completely idle. This is B's only food source in the entire game. This is just turning into a beatdown, man. Knights just camp on the farms. We'll regret it. Spearman able to contest them. And he just walks away. He's like, okay, yep, I see this is a bad fight now. I see your whole army's coming home. And what does he do? The moment the whole army comes home, he moves north to cut him off there as well. This is just so methodical. You can see why Loue thrives in the late game. It's like This man, I've watched him do this so many times. I almost want to nickname him the Diplomat. He is phenomenal at the way he negotiates out territory in the late game. Right? It's like you come to the table, he gets you a nice coffee, he compliments you on your wares, and then all of a sudden, after you've signed the treaty, you go, wait, why have we just given up 50% of our lands? For a min? For a min? Like, what? This is the type of player you're against. If you sleep for a second, Loue MT will rob you blind. Another worker hit. It's now a 40+ eco lead. B is just holding on for a miracle. Swabia can pump workers? Yeah, but how are you getting Swabia? Like, Loue, this is what he loves doing. Raid, raid, raid. Just don't overcommit. Keep raiding. Keep delaying. Stop your opponent from getting that food to get there. Love to see him just actually propel himself towards the second sacred site. Like, actually start a ticking time bomb on your opponent. Stone gathering. So Louis is prepping for that. Yeah, so this should be the stone for a keep drop on the southern sacred site, which will also starve your opponent out of wood eventually. I mean, the Diplomat, right? The Negotiator is another name. He's negotiating out the territory to make sure that he's got more resource to exhaust for the late game. Now the dive in. No E-repairs here. Villagers will just try to make a break for it. And Louis is just going to allow it. Like, it's more important for him to starve the gold than it is for him to get the worker kills. You know, it's the mathed out value is like, B has 64 villagers. You could take out 15, sure. Or you could take out what they can actually do. What can B do with 64 villagers? He's only got so much area for farms. He needs wood. He needs gold. Those are things he'll have to come out for. So good read there by Louis just to deny the area. More knights now coming. And the keep drop now on the way. Oh, this is happening. The villager pull from top side. B, he is going to go for the new outposts. Knights look to recommit. He baits the main force to the back of the base. This is the opening. He goes back in for the gold. And B is about to know what's going to hit him. It's like a truck to the face. The Congo line of villagers. It's like a French rebellion. 44 villagers now. The Knights, they arrive with the arbitrary. There's no way. B, this is the direct fight that he's been trying to avoid all game. And it's too much. GG. Loue MT will take third place in KPMM Season 2, Week 5. But my God, is it a series that delivered. We started off with 2-0 stomps done in 15 minutes. But we end this series with 2 games that deliver some fantastic memories in our $20,000 esports circuit. Congrats to Loue. That was an impressive display. And props to B for having the cojones to try and challenge the best Knight Civ in the game with his own. Golf clappers in chat. But we ain't done yet. No. Because there is something else happening now. We have got the $3,000 tournament now. We've got LucifroN versus Valdemar. I'm just going to update the titling. And this is quarterfinals. So yeah, basically because of scheduling and the qualifiers happening tomorrow, some of the games, so Core Series and then Valdemar Series, had to be played today. Because they obviously aren't auto-qualified and they want to play in the qualifiers. So those laddos should already be into game. Let me get their draft ready and then we'll be able to hop in just a moment. For hopefully another epic series. Because the last time Valdemar played, he made your draws drop when he played against Marine Lord. The best player that exists in Age of Empires 4 almost lost to Valdemar. It was quite the impressive display. So, let me get this all typed in for you guys. Oh, whoops, wrong scene. I also need to reposition my camera because I just realized that was set up for Fallout. Not Fallout, sorry, Borderlands. It's been weird being there the whole time. So let's get that back down there. And then we can go across here. So we've got LucifroN and we've got Valdemar. I don't know if they played game 1 yet. If they haven't, do you want to hop in on game 1 or just come in on game 2? Wait, did they forget to make them spectatable? Oh no, it's just going deep. Still game 1? Thank you, cool. I couldn't spectate it for some reason. All right, Dry Arabia. So we'll do some speed up here to catch up. And we've got Lancaster versus China for the first game. Oh my god. All right. This should be someone special. All right, let's get predictions up. And, oh, I just realized we need on that scene, don't we? And then we've got, have we got that set up already? Oh yeah, I need to switch my thing across. So it should be this. And then if I go like this. Wonderful. One and all, it's time to meet the Giant Slayer. This legend almost beat the ranked #1 Marine Lord in a best of 5 the other weekend. Now he faces off against a formidable opponent. It's going to be LucifroN going up against Valdemar. And game 1 is already delivering. Look at these picks. We've got House of L's up against the Chinese. Let's get into it. Oh, this is going to be fun, folks. Yes, this is the Apous Cup. It's a $3,000 tournament, 2 weekends long, and we're here in the quarterfinal showdown for Valdemar in the yellows, China, up against LucifroN as the House of Lancaster. This is going to be a fun one. We're going to use a little bit of 2x speed here because we're a little bit late starting this. We just had our third place match from the KPMM. Reminder, you can always catch our midweek muster action Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Fridays. Do tune in for those live. It's a blast. We have an amazing community. I'm sure they'll welcome you. But this is a fun one. China actually getting spear rushed is a little bit rarer. You know, normally most civs are like, what's the point? They get it so fast. But the idea is you can stop your opponent from getting pro scouts by doing this. So 2 spears going to show up. Great micro by LucifroN. Notice the way he's playing this. He's just edging it. He's never overcommitting because there's a risk you'll get shivved down if you do it that way. Now he goes to the dive in, seeing the injured villagers. But good micro by Valdemar. Remember, this is a no Imperial official build. My concern, though, is Valdemar played this in the most gluttonous, insane way possible. Had LucifroN seen this spawn, this could have easily been an outpost rush. Gold and berries next to each other, Valdemar's game could have been over before it started. Yeah, Spearman is going to go down, though, so he does actually nab 1. That's wild. I can't believe that. LucifroN right now is probably shaking his head like, if I only I knew, right? Like, hindsight's 2020. Because an outpost here just essentially screws Valdemar. He'd have to pull villagers against, say, 4 or 5 spears. But Age-Up's going to be coming through. It is going to be Abbey of Kings. We're going to do the 4x speed now, so we save a little bit of time. But this build is toxic. What else can you say about it? We've been seeing it a few times now, and the Hobbler opening, the follow-up plays. I think that this is just becoming quickly the bully build, the best build that Lancaster has. Yeah, I mean, for obvious reasons, right? Like, getting 20% more HP. The way I describe it to people, like, you've got to process what this really is. 4 of these guys, 5% extra health per. If you get 4 of these guys online, you are getting Elite Army Tactics health, an Imperial Age tech in Feudal Age. You're not getting the damage, but the health is incredible. So Valdemar does resecure his gold. Had to go archers, though. And has got the stables, so it is indeed going to be pro scouts. He rushes out into the gold, but the Lord is already arriving. Oh, that's not good. No, this guy is so much harder to kill than the Spearman. So he can force a lot of out of time, slow you down. And like in terms of taxation, okay, that's not bad. Valdemar's got 121 gold. He could just tax his way through. He's already got 3 Imperial officials out, so he can definitely afford to tax his way towards pro scouts here. Second Lord arriving. He's going to need to tax his way. Like, no way, dude. If you can get enough horsemen, you can actually quite easily kill Lords. Because you just basically surround them and stop them retreating. Right? It's kind of like, you guys remember when you used to have the English Mongol meta, and the idea was that you picked Mongols because you could build horsemen against their Dark Age men-at-arms, and you just poke them down. Because with good micro, you can stab them and move away before they react. So that's what you could kind of try to do here. Easier said than done, of course. We are now getting the manners. Hobbler switch coming. Now, this is where this build gets ridiculous. It's always been the Hobbler. Hobbler's weakness is meant to be their fragility. They are situationally as good as horsemen while being cheaper, and the situations when you're against archers. But with the lords, with this extra health, with an extra 5 HP per, they're almost at horseman level health, while you pay 33% less. Right? It's ridiculous when you think about it that way. And you know, we've seen so many games against Mass Hobbler end at 15 minutes. In fact, in our third place matchup in week number 5 of KPMM, we saw game 1 pretty much decided by a dive of 15 units to end a castle age up. 15 units total. So that was 4 lords, a scout. He had 3 or 4 spears, and then like the rest was Hobbler. So it's not a lot, but it just shows you the raw value of HP. Valdemar. I like that he's not just defending. He needs to cut reinforcements because the problem is trying to take a direct fight here. These guys are just going to square up to you easily. Now we dive in. Does get a worker kill. Nicely played by LucifroN. The other concern here is like if you have to directly contest, LucifroN, especially if it's Hobbler, can just pull them one by one back to heal. Incredibly valuable element of the Abbey of Kings. You can't go spears against Hobbler. Not early, because like the problem is early they get bogged down on lords, and then later on you just encourage yeomen. So like kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. And the beautiful thing about what LucifroN's doing, the manners gives him the extra eco he needs to afford the most expensive bowman you're going to get outside of Gilded Archer. But the cooler thing to think about here, what makes Hobbler and yeomen so good, is Hobbler are cheap horsemen. Yeomen are more expensive archers. When you math out the balance of the difference in costs, it's actually cheaper to scale yeoman and Hobbler than it is to scale horseman and archer, right? Because you pay 80 normally for an archer, so you pay 15 more in a yeoman. But your Hobblers cost 30 less. And the other cool thing, the cherry on top, the reason why this build is just so flexible. We talked about how good it is with Hobblers. We could see how good it is with Spearmen as well. It makes sense. Even yeoman. Yeoman is a fragile unit, really. Like, they're fast moving, so sometimes they don't feel it, but you feel it in your wallet when they die. Well, that's where having an extra 14 HP goes a long way. That means it takes 3 extra archer shots to kill you. I just love how much stack up we get nowadays in Feudal. Great grab, love that. Hobbler's intercept on the scouts. I didn't get the second one. So he ends up losing what? Scout, Hobbler. Nice one scout. Not the best trade. But it's all about slowing down the timings. He doesn't want this ramp up in terms of food gathering for Valdemar. I mean, Valdemar barely has any deer home, right? Like, I think he's got 1. Yeah, 1 and then berries. This is bad. See the Hobbler just inching around the side. Yeoman going for the trade out to make their life easier. They are susceptible to a dive, but good reaction there with the spears to scare him away. LucifroN. It's just going to retreat. We're going to do 2x speed. Like I said, we've got some catching up to do. Whenever they're not fighting, we can do a bit of this, but it's full yeoman blob. I mean, Valdemar, he has a lot of horsemen, so in theory, should be favorable engagements if he can just get past the lords and not get bogged down on them, but a lot of the time, he keeps frontlining for his archers, even when there's no Hobbler here. Like, that's the weirder part. Look, it's happening again. His horsemen just keep pulling back, engage, instead of diving for those yeoman kills. It's so difficult, man. Like, the problem is, yeoman, they move quicker than standard archers, so he's worried he's going to get kited, but the way he's fighting this, there we go. You just need to go in, because the more you don't, the worse it gets. Those health bars are already getting low. So Valdemar jumps before those health bars run out. And you can see what he was scared of. These yeomen just shifting away. But it's a good timing. He has Undermesh. Steel Arrow wasn't in yet for LucifroN. He's going to be hugging the lords just to try and stay alive. Which will even up the fight. Also a nice kind of counter dive there, just pushing the archers away. A lot of wood now for LucifroN. Yeah, starting to move to deer. This is playing really well because he's slowing down Pro Scout so much. He's just gaining the map resources without struggling. And Wolves now up. Gold in the corner. Actually, LucifroN got a really good spawn, right? Yeah, the back double gold, the berries, Kushki, even a relic back there. The tree lines, like it's a nice area to extend into in your mid game. For Valdemar, yeah, we get that little bit of a poke in. And this is impressive. Valdemar, he's aging behind this. So we're going 4x speed. Let's catch up a little bit more time. Astronomical Clock Tower coming through. I'm impressed, man. Like, he pushed LucifroN all the way back as if he's all-inning, and LucifroN seemed to kind of buy it for a second there. So age up complete. He tries to spring to action. Now, I wouldn't just call this safe and home for Valdemar, because I have seen so many players do this against Lancaster Lords and die because of the castle. He, however, is playing a Civ that can rapidly produce out their units. He's also playing a Civ that has bought time. He got LucifroN pushed all the way back to his base. Sadly, he only has one Lancer to show for that. I mean, eventually, that one Lance has still not been birthed yet. Dive coming in. LucifroN looking to punish. Gets the Taxman kills. Finds the Worker as well. Horseman count is not high. There's no threat to the Yeoman. LucifroN will contest the Veteran Archers. Now, this is interesting. You'd think Vet Archers beat Yeoman in Feudal, but no, guys. When you talk about Archer and Archer fights, the higher number often wins over the Veterancy because the Veterans end up overkilling often anyway. Yeah, so you're pacing similar. It's just a case there's more here. Lord's baiting a lot of time. Hobbler now arriving. The Lancers finally got queued up more. The problem here is there's no clear gold access. Valdemar, he has got that corner gold. He just doesn't want to play for it. It's too risky. Great position for LucifroN to be in. And this is full ham fist send it. He is not being greedy. He's not saving up for the next stage. He's looking for that killing blow, that decisive moment. That spill of blood that says, this is now my game fully. And Valdemar has arrived and... oh no, the timing! The Hobbler jumped in at the perfect moment. Forces the idol, catches the extra workers running out. I mean, we knew this was coming, and so did LucifroN. He's now steering with the Yeoman into the backside. Oh, worker being found. What a strike by LucifroN. The good news of Valdemar is, like, a lot of these kills have been Taxmen so far, hence why he's only 3 workers ahead. Current kill count being higher. But that's about to change. Yeoman. They're taking a stab at it. Only a handful of spears. Yeoman. Just trying to trade out there, but the spear line, I don't think LucifroN can actually stay here. No. It's 4 Lancers. You've only got 6 spearmen. And the archer count, there's just enough left to get rid of this. Yeah, the spear count is pretty much gone. LucifroN, only 3 left. So Valdemar, he will be able to hold in his corner. Now Yeoman in full retreat, but Lance is great at chasing that. We've already got the undermesh. No ranged armor too, mind you. Not that you need it at this stage. You have the effective amount of armor. Remember, Yeoman can only do 6 damage. LucifroN still just trading out against those archers. Remember, he's only level 1 manas. He does not have this huge inflatable economy behind this. He has an infinite trickle, but it's not broken out of control. Lancers just continue to ignore the Lords. They're just too tanky, not worth it. Valdemar, this is buying him the world right now. The berry's already exhausted. Second pack to be moved to in a second. He's not gone for the reward, though. And the Lancers, they are going to have to retreat. Yeah, so barely gets away with any of them. I think LucifroN's thinking about next stage now, though. Right? It's been kind of dragging. He got some damage done. He didn't get a crazy amount, but he's also just, like, forced his opponent to the very edge, where he's just running out of food now. Go 4x speed. Looks like there is going to be an approach. Villagers get caught again. I'd be surprised if LucifroN could break in here. Because Valdemar has got a lot of archers. Like, this is the moment. Just go for castle now. And what's up, Shondo? Going for the raid. Thank you very much, mate. Hope you had a good stream. Welcome, one and all, to the party. Oh, and it's a fun one. LucifroN versus Valdemar. After this, there's going to be, I believe it's Anatan versus Core. We won't have time to do that, I'm afraid, but we can at least do this one. The plan with EWC, by the way, Apous World Cup, I won't be live tomorrow because I'll be casting the EWC qualifiers. I did already agree to that. But we will be able to do the third place match and grand finals of this $3,000 tournament on Sunday. That'll be our goal. As long as nothing comes up and I don't lose my throat. I don't know. I was just juggling a very ill baby for half an hour plus. I hope he hasn't got me ill. We'll see Anatan Core. I'll raid through to a channel that should be covering it. Oh, God. What? Just drank and someone went, "I'm the cool." I'm dying. Oh, I'm alive, I think. The best part is it's apple flavored, so it's healthy. All right, White Tower up. Valdemar. He has got relics coming home, by the way. Jesus, I'm still dying. I need more subs so that I can afford private healthcare so I don't die. It's the only way. Barbican coming through now. This is a good sign for Valdemar. He's been harassed off that gold so long, it still has 3k on it. And this also now gives him Song to start inflating a lead, which he needs after those earlier hits he took. We are going to use a little bit of fast forward again. Farm's now coming in. I feel like we're hunkering for late game, right? But I don't know if LucifroN wants it to go there. Like, it is China after all. Lancers are going to try to sneak in. Love the fact that Valdemar, he's probably aware that LucifroN's bulking for this timing. Like, he's got some powerful spikes ahead of him with the Yeoman with Sync Shot. So he just wants to try and keep him on his toes defending instead of going in like this. And man, Valdemar, all of a sudden flush with deer after getting that breathing room. Does lose a few villagers, but now the main clash coming in. Lancers. Oh, wow. LucifroN with a poker face. He didn't react to it. So now the Lancers have to come home. But look at this. LucifroN is aware. He's steering to guard against it. The Lords are tanking up that backline quite a bit. A good defense. Valdemar able to scare him off here. Spears are still available to defend against the Lancers. That's exactly what Valdemar wants. Baits him forward. Gets the trade out with his archers. Lancers are actually going to hard commit here. There is bill hooks. It means the Yeomen are a bit more effective, but you don't want to be trading there. You want to be killing the archers. It's difficult to get away from these Lancers now. Lord's dead. Great fight for Valdemar. He's about to take the military lead. And this is still only 3 manas. Not just that. Is this a 4 relic game? No, okay, it's going to be 3-2. So Valdemar still gets an edge there, but LucifroN will have some gold to work with. His spawn is also, remember, really good. Double gold back. Beautiful area to set up farms as the game goes on. Wallable. Tree lines to work with. Like, he got the spawn for mid-game. I can't believe he's still trying to send it, though. You know, it's interesting because a lot of people are often worried about Lancaster's late game. But he seems to be more worried about China's late game, even though, what is that? No, you're banned, mate. Get out. Like, you have granaries. Oh my god, what? No self-respecting Chinese spammer goes Great Wall Gatehouse while having that in the back. There we go. Granaries are coming through now. First time you've seen LucifroN out microed. Guys, I'm telling you, Valdemar is having the time of his life. Like, this guy is up and up. Like, buy stocks in Valdemar now. Well, the haters need to get out because this guy has impressed me. The last month of gameplay, Valdemar, it feels like he's matured more as a player than I've seen from him in the last 2 years. And it's interesting to think about because, you know, he's qualified for the American land where he could go and invade. There's Puppy Paw, there's Loue, there's Wham, there's Magic, MSN, Scarlet Devil, and Marine Lord of that land. And, you know, going into the event, people would have predicted Valdemar to probably finish between 8th and 5th. If he wins this series, after what he done against Marine Lord before as well, there's going to be a lot of talk about him as a top 4 player. Maybe top 3. Nick, since after you left uni? Yeah, and like, I remember, so he, like, I'm sure you don't mind me saying, like, we talked about it a little bit as well, because some people in the community were really harsh about, like, why would you do that? It's silly. I told him straight up, rumination is one of the most dangerous and horrific things you can encounter in life. If you will regret not trying to pursue being a pro, then pursue it. You've got time. You can go back. You can do university. You can do all these choices, right? But if you feel like the moment is now and if you don't do it, it's never going to happen, decide whether that regret is worse than any other outcome. And I'm glad for him that it's working out. He's already doing reasonably off of coaching. And this would be one hell of a boon for him. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying this so people like, yeah, kids, don't go to university. Like, if you have no idea what the hell you're doing with your life, right? One, figure it out. Like, don't just do uni to do uni, right? But like, if you're in a situation where you have an alternate plan and an execution and an idea, and you know you have the conviction and commitment, that's okay to go for. But if you're a person like, I want to play video games for a living, not going to school, then no, dude, you should probably just stay in school. Like, that's not for you. He clearly had thought about what he wanted to do here, and I'm glad that he's seeing results. So, farm's coming in. Things are looking pretty good for him right now. LucifroN is still playing catch up, but Imperial Age is now on the way. We're going to stick with 4x speed, because there should be an attack on the age up. I just want to be mindful of, like, time here, because we did get to the series late. This is technically live, like we were in game 1 when we hopped in this. Now reroll LucifroN. I mean, this is the thing. When you age up, there is an inclination to attack, right? Like, when you age up, your opponent is inclined to try and do something to punish you for it. LucifroN, already still a scary boy. Army's pretty big, pretty threatening. Stonewall's coming in. Man, both of these players got really good corner spawns for farms. Do uni just to do uni if you don't know what to do with your life? Agreed. But, like, honestly, if you're going to just do uni to do uni, maybe it's time to think why you're doing uni. Because if you're going to uni and just doing a degree in philosophy or sociology, I mean, I don't want to crap on people that done it, but, like, there's probably, if you don't really know what you want to do, there's probably, like, better degrees to generically punt at for applicability down the line. Especially in year 1 of university, considering, like, your grades don't count. Use that to discover what you want to do. Valdemar, what he wants to do is going to be Nest of Bees. Sing shot coming in. Good dodge by Valdemar. Micro on point so far. Nest of Bees damage should add up over time, and LucifroN realizes this is a bad fight. Yes, the Elite Horseman now breaking past. Second wave of Spearman is coming. There's no uni upgrades on either side yet. Horseman, maybe a slight overcommitment here into the Spear Mass. Yeah, he's wasting so much time on these Lords. Look at the armor. They've got 7 ranged armor. It's a tickling of damage. Spearman now show up afterwards. Vortex, LucifroN rather. I was looking at the V. Has he just misread the situation? Valdemar, like, I think he should be fine because of the Nest of Bees on the Great Wall Gatehouse, but I think he jumped the gun trying to jump with the Horseman like that. Right? He hadn't actually thinned out the spears yet. And how good are, what, Yeoman against Siege? Not very good. 85% damage reduction. Remember, Siege doesn't have ranged armor numbers anymore. They have percentile reductions. 85% reduction means you're barely doing anything, especially against Clock Tower Siege that's quite frankly, in my opinion, broken. Because they get 50% more HP. Oh my, quite the push here. Dangerous one, though. LucifroN's got a little bit of time to work with, and he's making the right call. He's switching into Hoblar. Fire arrows they can clean. I mean, if you're talking about fire arrows, it's a race, right? Like, if Valdemar's up to 5 nested bees, you're not going to feel good about trying to trade. Yeoman. Also, the Wingard. What? You never see this happening. The Ford Wingard might bite him in the arse. The villagers have to be pulled. He's got textiles. The nested bees shouldn't be doing that much damage because Valdemar does not have the additional barrel. So great read there. LucifroN gets the snipe. Takes out the siege. It does cost him on the eco count, but not an irreparable number. That was a great response by LucifroN. It can feel dangerous to do it against Nestor Bees, but remember, they don't hit that hard without the additional barrels, especially against textile play. Now the Hoblar wave, just in time for the Archer party. Man, this is not going to be over that quickly, is it? No, like, I mean, you can feel the urgency. Valdemar sensed the timing, but LucifroN just so on point, where most people would just pull the villagers away. He pulls them into the danger. And Valdemar, I'm not crazy about this. I know hand cannoneers for China are really good, but you don't actually have good map control, and hand cannoneers suck into archers, especially longer range archers, because the issue here is you just get kited. Also, keep in mind, Valdemar does not have Yuan yet. So doing hand cannoneers without Yuan is kind of a death sentence. You can't catch. What's up, Fat Blob? Thank you very much for the sub, mate. Appreciate you. Some shots coming through. Yeah, he's got these incendiary arrows. So now these yeomen actually sting. Bombard. Dive in there. The Hoblar. They are going to reach it, but the repair crew keeps the siege alive. And he wants that weapon of mass destruction gone. The Wingard Palace is the backbone of Lancaster's late game, guys, because Lancaster is all about overwhelming via trash mobs. And the Lancaster are able to get so many trash units out with the Wingard Palace. Remember, they just spam Earl's retinues to get loads of spears. We did get some Demi-Lancers littered in, though. Interesting choice. I guess it gives you kind of like the lighter version of a night raid without committing to upgrading knights, right? So it's not a bad idea. It's kind of like when you see an English player adding in Wingard Rangers, but they haven't upgraded bowmen. Horseman. I'll just get able to shut that down. So, LucifroN now knows there's an opening. Will Valdemar wall this off to be fully safe? Because we had a pretty sick game between Wham and Umadan where he eventually done that. He just full stonewalled the corner. So he couldn't just be flank raided. It's a pretty good idea. And Valdemar will need some more stone if he wants to achieve it. We do have silk bowstrings now queued up for LucifroN. Scary, scary situation to be in, actually. Between the synchronized shot and the extra 1.5 tower range you're talking about here, these guys have more range than Lombos. They pretty much should scramble any belief in this mass hand cannoneer plan. And I'm glad Valdemar is getting rid of that idea. It's a switch into Palace Guard. Battle-hardened Palace Guard of that. Remember, China has a unique tech that makes them even tankier. There's a lot more staying power. Just 4x speed it up here a little bit. We're only getting tiny raids, no big substantial fight happening. Yeah, LucifroN is just trying to constantly flank raid him here to death. I mean, but Valdemar's kind of doing this to himself, right? Palace Guard aren't great against archers. They're better than building spears. And you can't build horsemen in mass spears. So if you build, even if LucifroN didn't have yeomen, you wouldn't want to build spears into Lancaster spears because Lancaster spears are much better. Right? It's not about Palace Guard being the best against X or Y. It's about them being the best neutral territory against X, Y, and Z. Right? Palace Guard against Spear, Hoblar, Yeoman aren't just going to immediately fall flat dead to any of those unit types. So as a front line, it gives Valdemar a lot more broad spectrum tank than he'd get otherwise. And also, they're a lot quicker. They arrive in the fights much faster. And if he now moves towards Yuan Dynasty, they turn into Zoomers in a game where his opponent also has not stone walled. No, so he could pretty much just play LucifroN at his own game. LucifroN is committing to that game heavily. Bloody hell. More of these hobby raids. There's still no stone wall. No, I think the problem here is Valdemar would love to, but he just doesn't have stone access right now. You can't afford to buy it either. Purchasing stone is insanely expensive. Hoblar forcing the other time. Front side, we've got Corcoran's knocking at the door. This is starting to look full LucifroN control. I think that the thing with Valdemar, he micro in these fights really well. I think he actually took great fights from a micro perspective against one of the best micros in AoE 4. But the thing that seems to have been missing is the strategical planning of where you go next. He thought about it a little bit with this gold placement, right, with the keep. But, like, we talked about stone walls. Like, where's your stone? You know, when did you secure this? When did you sneak for this? When did you move for this? Everything became very linear. And LucifroN is just able to meat blob and bloat and push for that, right? I think LucifroN, the shaky moment, genuinely was that push on the wing guard. Like, if he did not make that villager pull, I think we're looking at Valdemar demolishing the base right now. It's hard to scrape together the comeback when you don't have the spear spam. But LucifroN, looking like El Dictator here. Apous Cup wave has came out. That will slow him down. It's going to be a retreat away. LucifroN's also doing a great job of maintaining the lore production to buff his military. Now, where this gets interesting is if LucifroN just switches into mass Pulse Guard, his are substantially better than the Palace Guard. Sink shot a bit of a waste. I mean, it doesn't matter. There's nothing good to hit here. LucifroN, I don't know, man. Like, is this really the way? I just praised him on, like, how he's taking control of the center, but he's now seen the Palace Guard. Okay, and there we go. We are getting the pivot. Elite Old Guard upgrade coming in 30. We'll see the cost in the meantime, though. It's a game where you feel like both players needed more walls. Because the Hobbilar are still in on those farms. Valdemar, Eco is sinking, but if he can maintain 200 pop, this could be the coup de grace that he needs, the advantage of military to push through. It is a struggle, though. And LucifroN's going to make it worse for him. He's got cannon placement on the way. In front of a bombard. That is insanely ballsy. Valdemar. The Apous Cup line's starting to thin. No, it doesn't feel like it's breaking in. Oh my god, the bill hooks is just nuts. The minus armor is actually making it so the Yeoman's doing pretty well here. You know, we talked about the Palace Guard as a good jack of all trades front line, but the thing that's missing is a backline. There is nothing here that kills. Everything to be killed. And that should be the dominant push point. Yeah, the kills on the back. Like, he never swept through and finished off all the Hobbilar. So work has been going down there. Food income has been looking abysmal for Valdemar for the last 2 minutes, compared to LucifroN at over double the food income. Now we should be looking at push in. Just going to fast forward a little bit more between the fights. And oh no! Okay, textiles wasn't even there. I think we can agree Sink Shot isn't as broke as people make out. Yeah, considering the amount of workers there without textiles, I was expecting more death. But ranged armor 3 was good. But props to LucifroN, man. I think just ultimately punishing Valdemar for not having the foresight to get those walls up. And I feel a bit bad for Valdemar because, like, he's worked very hard to not just resort to walls by default like so many people have in the past, and he has in the past. I hope this type of experience doesn't just make him say, I need walls. I just always need walls again. Because I think there are times for walls, and yes, there was a moment that wasn't identified here. But it's because you're playing against one of the best in the world that is keeping that pressure up to stop you just seemingly going. Still, I'm impressed, man. You know, he 3-2s against Marine Lord. He drags the late game to 40 minutes plus against one of the other Chads of Age of Empires 4, but in the end, there's no denying the Lancastrian dominance. Okay, so game 1. think that one might be this kid micros on par with the best. I think that works nicely. So game number 1 to LucifroN. I just realized. Did I put them the... Yeah, sorry, I put the civs on the wrong sides. How's Lancaster there? China there. Right side win. Must be sad to lose with China. I mean, I think Lancaster's just as good with this build, to be honest. Lancaster's pretty nuts with that build. Let's see what we've got for game number 2. Okay, so Boardland. Got some catching up to do. Let's go in for Rus versus Byzantines. Thank you all the people who've been tuning in and liking on the TikTok. Ugh. All right, you guys ready? Hype it up. Let's get in fast. It may have been a defeat, but within it, there may be hope. Welcome back to the channel, folks. It's time for game number 2 between Valdemar and LucifroN, and we are hopping into the Borderlands. Now, you'd think LucifroN would have an advantage, having a brother this bald. But the Byzantines have been looking pretty impressive here, so there might be some hope yet for Valdemar in this one. It's definitely going to be a tough one here in the $3,000 Apous World Cup tournament. Quarterfinals, a reminder that this is elimination. So if Valdemar loses here, there is no recovery. He will be out. But he still has some breathing room this best of 5. Would be nice to be able to score one back. LucifroN has gone Rus, which I don't know. I feel like Rus has looked better on different maps than this. Maybe it's the Hunter Cabin's not scoring as well, or the predictability of Pro Scouts. But like, in theory, this should be a great map for Rus because of how much deer there is widely spread. I think in actuality, it's just Rus don't get picked here that often because they have so many maps where they can just make sense for the Pro Scout build. What's rough is sometimes picking this Byzantines here, like you just kind of watch your opponent get Pro Scouts and just have to swallow the pill. But I do think this map is also good for Biz. Quite often you'll get double back berry spawns, so you get a lot of food safely in your base. And the cool thing about that, guys, is when you set up Grand Winery, this map, it may not have much resource in the corner, but it's very easy to wall the corner. The reason that's important is for Byzantines, you get so much value out of so little map control. What I mean by this is a Civ that, of course, can just generate infinite units off of an infinite resource, the olive oil. So if they get to that late game, they can't get out the corner. Unlike most civs that just feel instantly dead because they can only have food, no wood, no gold, this civ can just function off of liquid gold. So we'll just 4x and 2x speed as we set up for the other game. We'll slow it down as we start to ramp up into pressure. And this is cool. Yeah, it's going to be a bloodbath again. LucifroN is not interested in tech games, guys. I think he must have monitored something about the matchup against Marine Lord, and he sensed weakness, sniffed weakness. He's just not giving anything over easily, you know? Like, the way he's playing is pretty damn impressive here. You know, always a player to enjoy his aggression, but the way he's doing it is what is impressing me more. And he's always been a raider at heart. But I think what he understands is that Valdemar, you know, when we think back to that Marine Lord series, I think for Valdemar, where it looks really good is when he gets a semblance of control over the opening. Very good at exploiting that. And as we saw in game number 1, very good at actually mirroring, matching the micro of the masters of AoE 4. Assistant's now getting denied. This is bad. Yeah, he's built these already. This has been quite the commitment. I'm wondering why like this, though. Valdemar built a lot of exposed systems. Instead, he could have, set one up here, then set one back to move towards the berries and gold. Which would have made this rotation harder. Who'll I cast tomorrow? I'll be casting the EWC qualifiers tomorrow. Which means I'll miss the 2 series happening, which is a shame. It's going to be Vortex versus Marine Lord. And I believe the other one, if I'm not mistaken, was V versus... Who was it? V versus... I'm checking now. Loue. Yeah. But I am aiming to be live on Sunday at least. So we'll have an official English coverage for the grand finals. Semi-finals and grand finals? I think semi-finals and grand finals. Yeah. Oh, sorry, no. Yes. Wait, no, grand finals. Wait, they're playing quarters and semis tomorrow? Jesus, that's going to be a long day. Valdemar. Now with the pushback. Gets the horsemen together. This is not looking too bad, actually. Cuts a lot of the archers. And this is the thing. LucifroN got this good aggressive opening. He has got pro scouts playing behind this, though. Like, that's the real objective, to just bog Valdemar down. So far, it has worked. Systems. I think, like, when Valdemar reviews this game, he'll know these systems were kind of a bit redundant. Right, like, you could have achieved the same by systening here, and then you system out here and here. But you wouldn't have this exposure point, right? I just don't think you often think about systems dying this early. Like, it's crazy to think that someone would just dive in pre-10 minutes to burn down these structures. But LucifroN, he's got a little bit of crazy in him. Let's go 4x speed. Things are going to hunker down. The real goal for Valdemar is to try and eventually reach castle. We have got the javelins coming in. This is great up against both LucifroN with his archers now and horse archers down the line. Like, yeah, this contract typically plays really well for Byzantines because even the camels later deny a lot of roost potential in castle. And yes, I just said semis are tomorrow. So quarterfinals and semis for this are tomorrow. But the weird part is, like, that's a very long schedule. Because presumably they want to have semis staggered after each other. So are they going to play quarterfinals at the same time? Because otherwise they're going to have 4 best-of-5s on one day. And those are ones that could go very, very... Valdemar. I thought he'd just kind of try to control the mid-map. He's legitimately just trying to push in. I think you always are suspicious of Roost going castle, but the other thing for him is he doesn't want to allow the pro scouts play for free. And this fits what we talked about, right? He's an aggressive player at heart. Valdemar. Is this where you just go castle? I think this is a good point to do it, right? Like, you push your opponent back to his base. You probably force a reinvestment. You've gotten all the bream room necessary. This is maybe the big concern, though. Like, you just shifted north really far at your base for the berries. There's Valdemar. Oh, my God. Valdi, no! Don't do this to yourself. Brother, we got to get you over to an optician's. Danish healthcare is meant to be a good thing. He doesn't see the berries. I think he would have went for attack a bit faster if he saw the berries here. Because that would have been his level 5 system right into the corner. A great one. He just didn't scout it. So he plays risk on the flank instead. I mean, the gold is whatever, right? Like, you've got gold anyway. But the berries is the big thing. It's not your 8-stacker, but it's a lot of food, a lot of olive oil. It's just safe to get. And this, I mean, this is the classic timing. Kira Siphon. Now, we've seen this break many a Roost player. The difference here, however, is we're talking about a game where the Roost player is present in the feudal age. This build works against castle rushes. We aren't seeing a castle rush here. Still, infrastructure on the front line is going to be an easy target. Valdemar. We'll be able to deny this archer range. I don't think LucifroN's ready just yet, but guys, he's not really far off. He's up to 12 knights now. Valdemar, that's good. He gets a glimpse of it. I don't think he saw the full count, though, which is a bit worrisome. Also, why do we have a hunting cabin here? That's so weird. LucifroN, did he just move for berries? Unusual opening. Kira Siphon denying one building, though. Moving for the second. If it clears this, it's actually paid for itself. 280 resources for these rams. Sorry, 260. I keep forgetting they decrease the gold cost slightly. Villagers, I mean, ambitious forts there. Thinks twice. Valdemar. Now just moving towards that tree line. I mean, this is the thing. The burn through, the damage you can do with this is crazy. If you catch villagers running by, the Curious Siphon sometimes does its siege damage onto the workers instead, which kills them in like 4 or 5 seconds flat. Ram is going to be taken out. That does reveal the full force turn. Valdemar now just happy to back off, because you look at this, you go, okay, he's hard committing to the age. So Golden Horn Town now being teched up by 13. Cataphract switch seems very likely here. He's already got 1 stables. Level 5 Cistern. Valdemar. Please tell me that's him. Okay, I think it should buff at least half the berries for the gathering. And yeah, reminder, if you're getting ads on Twitch, there is an easy solution. It's called subscribing. I got no control over it. And it does support us, so, you know, that's a positive. So, tech up complete. I don't think LucifroN's going to let that slide, though. He's got 16 knights. That is a lofty lance to wield. High trade house coming. Get your numbers in. I mean, it's either this or you run to this. If he... Oh, my God. Oh. Maybe it might have been a tree that would have blocked that. The dream. When you pick Roost on this map, I remember people fantasized about this. Like, if you pick Roost, you just go here, right? Yeah. Like, I mean, it's nice if you can go here, but who the hell's going to let you go there? If you're allowed to walk out like that and drop a high trade house there, something's probably gone wrong in the game for your opponent. So you will play it safe at home. Knights are flanking. This is... When LucifroN watches this back, he's going to be so confused. Here's the thing. LucifroN scouted this. His timing logically makes sense that his opponent should be berries and probably back gold. But Valdemar doesn't know that exists still. Because he didn't scout it, he actually dodges this pain. It's ridiculous. Tech up complete. Valdemar with a handful of horsemen jumping in. Good idle time to be achieved there. Archer Mass is close by. Just soften up the villagers for later. Wait, Lucy? LucifroN, no. Okay, he does get the shivs out now. That was getting a bit worrisome. I mean, archers will eventually clear them, but they'll last a while. Night Dive now coming through. Response here onto the berries. Valdemar trying to pull the spearman back to defend now, but going to be too late. Great strike there. LucifroN takes down 3 and walks away with only 1 night loss. A trade I think he's happy with at this stage. Finding the Monk as well, just a bonus, but actually doesn't react. Whoops. Turns now. Yeah, if that doesn't let you know what Roost are after next, I don't know what will. It's the Relic race now. So we should have, yep, Monastery dropped in. And then it's going to be 105 gold. TZ on the money. Exactly. Level 2 bounty. Not too bad, actually. It's amazing how it's never that bad, you know? Valdemar. He did switch Cataphracts. This is to be expected. Cataphracts actually contest other knights really, really well. It's also, if you ever get them close to killing, they just have the get out of jail free card. They just press Q and leave, you know? It's a beam me up, Scotty. Like, I wish we had custom voice lines and whatever, because I would just assign one to Cataphract charge. It's like, they would just be, this fight sucks, as they just charge away. Either that, or I go for the egg thief from Spyro, if you guys remember that guy. You just can't catch him when they do it. Alright, that's a bit insane. Valdemar, wait, what? Rogan? I think maybe let's calm down a moment. Woosa, woosa. You know, that's a primary TC you're trying to torch. And it is costing them dearly. Knights cut the reinforcements. Yeah, I mean, it is into Limitane. Actually, like, that was... Heal to Cataphract, yeah. Not the best trade. Especially now the follow-up damage. Knights are going to clear the javelins. A lot did go down. I think, what, 5? Probably going to be 6 at the end of it. And Cataphracts do arrive now. A little bit of a slow reaction. LucifroN loses more. So Valdemar actually makes it an okay trade with that. But LucifroN is not done. The micro on that man. Yeah, targeted different villagers going in. Was a little bit subpar on the second strikes. But he got out without losing more. What a sweaty game. Valdemar. Now with the javelins, the villagers. LucifroN. Slow reaction. That's a lot of out of time as well. LucifroN, he doesn't have many knights left. The villagers, the seek shelter. What's going on? What are they doing? No. He sent them back to work. Village lead now building Valdemar. He hasn't got that many spears here. He doesn't need that many, though. The javelins will trade out happily here. A few knights breaking through. They've got the Saint's Blessing. But the cataphracts are now in the way. Valdemar, is he going to do this? There's barely any cavalry remaining for the Rus. And Valdemar now with a 7-worker lead, but just so much more than that. Courtesy of the Cisterns and now the Olive Groves coming through bountifully and beautifully. Oh, 20 olive groves up so far while LucifroN is playing on limited food and running out fast. That's why he rushed the berries. There's nothing in the coffers. Spin and spam. Not a bad idea here into javelins, actually. Might be the golden solution for the Rus. If you can get them out quick enough. Jabs. Just overkilling archers. There's always been the problem when you get into the veterancy status. Javelins will always get the kill, sure, but like they just have all this extra potential damage that's wasted. What makes them tend to look pretty bad there. Now recommitment, this time with more spears. I actually think, like, no cap. If you want to win this as LucifroN, it's just spear spam. Because Valdemar's not giving you an answer. Like, Knights is actually kind of griefing, but Spears is MVP. The reason why Knights is kind of griefing here is your opponent's already doing Limitane. His cataphracts are beating you out as well. But Raw Spears is the way that Lucy gets breathing room and also is very lean on his economy. I just feel like we're reaching that point, though, where if LucifroN doesn't make a farm transition in the next 2 minutes, he won't have any food. Yeah, I mean, he's been struggling, right? Like, you could pull for ball. He's getting a few extra deer home. There's really not much left. There's like 6 deer remaining. And we still got this one guy's like, they'll come soon. No, they won't. Valdemar doesn't even realize there's berries there. He still hasn't scouted the safest berries he has in this game. This whole time. Yeah, I think Coach Matisse needs to get the beaten stick out, but maybe he'll give him a stay of beating this time as he's about to beat LucifroN. Valdemar, what a hit! Catches the woodworkers! LucifroN, now outnumbered, outgunned, outdone. Byzantines versus Rus is looking like a cooked goose for Rus. I mean, just so much map control now. Valdemar completely unhindered. He's moved out. He's snatching the big 8k away. LucifroN is just raw spears. We said about this as a potential comp for him to win with, but he needs the farms. They're not going to be there. There's no shot. GG. A deeper series guaranteed. Just like against Marine Lord, Valdemar proves that he can make the gods of Age of Empires 4 bleed. Yeah, this kiddo, he be cooking. So, 1-1. Left side win. Board land. LucifroN's Rus will lose to Byzantines. Make sure to not observe next game. You might miss a short one between. Yeah, I hate when that happens. All right, guys. Dude, it's an archipelago game. Do you guys really care? Should I just, like, tell you the outcome? It's an archipelago game. We can, like... Dude, I'm just gonna... Like, what I'm gonna do is I'm literally just going to like 8x speed it because it's an archipelago game. And I'll be honest, with rare exceptions, I just kind of don't care about archipelago games. And I'm sure I'm not alone in that. All right, so here we go. HRE versus Order of the Dragon. In fairness, that's happened to us before. We're like, yeah, we think we're caught up. And then we're like, oh, wait, wrong game. Whoops. Okay, so LucifroN on the left side of the green, playing as Order of the Dragon, Valdemar with the HRE. It's interesting because HRE have like better burst early on, but once you get past the first tree line, OTD is better, right? And Scout has been deleted already. That's intentional by LucifroN so that he doesn't house himself. Arkan coming through. Oh, wow. Yeah, he's going aggro. But like, Valdemar's only got 2 extra fishing boats and he's so much more delayed. So 11 now on the Arkan to catch up. But Archer advantage. Oh, God. Loses a fishing boat already. Wait, loses 2? Okay, no, dude. No. Let me slow this down. What the hell just happened? Loses 2 fishing boats. Loses the demo. Yeah, no wonder this was a quick game. I should have put it at half speed. Here, let's go down to half speed so it's a real game now. Yeah, that's pretty gruesome. Doesn't even bother change the map name? Who cares? We're going to map number 4 shortly. Archipelago, baby. Archipelago. And the demo connection gets close enough to Springald. Yeah, Valdemar's like, what, 2 ships behind against one of the best sea players in the game. And I know Valdemar's been impressing us, but like, this is... I don't feel like I've seen Valdemar been able to trounce them on water, right? Because I think that's why he lost against Marine Lord as well. And he's losing here. Like, this Springald count is getting ridiculous. Triple demo in reserve. There's no archer ships. And that is exactly how you end a game. All right. We're caught up. LucifroN's 1 away from winning. Left side win. OTD versus HRE. Boom, shakalaka moment right there. Means we can hop in, and we're only like 3 minutes out from live, which is perfect. So let's get the predictions ready for this one. We are heading in to Lipany, Japan versus French. Carry on, my lady. Okay, this is dude. That's the type of matchup that can easily get you a game 5, right? It's a return to the miracle map for the kid. Last time we saw him here, he was able to clutch up an insane game against Marine Lord. He needs it now. We are in the playoffs of this $3,000 tournament, and he is risking being down and out because I'm going to flip that score around. It's LucifroN, who's 1 point away from winning after a quick win on a water map. But now, Japanese versus French. Is this not ideal? Is this not what you look for? We always talk about how Japan hates this matchup because Lamau best crossbow versus what the hell's a crossbow? But let's just say Japan has been getting a lot more deviation recently in the way they play. And Lipany is an interesting map considering all the extra berries. And this is the quickest civ at gathering berries in the game. That's right. With Tawara, Takazaiku, Fudesashi, they get an extra 75% gathering rate to even compete with the Arabic civs when it comes to berries. LucifroN hasn't started that way. No, it won't be a rush towards Tawara, but it will be a rush towards... Oh, come on. I'm so sorry, Valdemar. That is... On behalf of EGC, I don't even work for them. On behalf of EGC, my apologies, good sir. Because that is atrocious. You're playing a civ that thrives on gold, and that might be the most outpost me daddy spawn I've seen. The D is even here. Yo, Valdemar, 911 and ask for a remake. You got 1 minute, buddy. Is that Lipany? Yes, but this is EGC Lipany, so it doesn't have those stupid giant cliff lines that are really RNG. It has a bit more coherency about it. I mean, dude, if there was any game in this series where you could like try and justify a remake, is this would be the one, right? That's a horrible spawn. I mean, sadly, like Usually remakes are reserved for, yeah, that's bugged, that shouldn't work that way. And that's not what this is, right? This is just a rough spawn. It's the nature of Age of Empires 4. Like, you know how you guys are always like, yeah, we don't want, like, static maps. We love RNG. Well, this is the price of the RNG. Yeah, remakes is typically for bugs. So, like, hey, my primary goal didn't spawn or whatever, right? His primary and his secondary goal did spawn. They very much did. They just spawned on top of each other. So, luckily for him, LucifroN's not going for an outpost rush. So, he will be able to reclaim his gold eventually. We're just going to go for a little bit of 4 XP because I think we're out, like, 3 minutes out from live. Kura Storehouse now coming in. And there's the Tawara. So, he's going to start buffering his berry gathering rates. And I wonder... He's going to mount more aggression, right? Like, we've got 3 in gold right now. We should just be some tags. What do you play here? Could you play just, like, Yumi Spear? Because if you can block the gold quick enough, probably not. I think the issue, usually the idea of Yumi Spear, is that French will just get access to knights again too quickly, right? And we do have the archer range coming in. Like, ranked Lipany better? The problem with ranked Lipany is, like, sometimes the cliff lines are cool, but in actuality, the problem with ranked Lipany is it's way too unfair spawn-wise. Like, you'll have plenty of games where, for example, what would happen is, like, let's say Lipany on ladder is, like, you have 2 high ground areas, which are fully surrounded by cliffs. But what's happened so often in the past is, like, imagine it happened on this map, and Valdemar had access to both those tops, and LucifroN had none. Like, that's a completely unfair spawn. Like, you can't expect a player to play that and be okay with it. I don't mind the idea of creating a map that has some coherency with that, sure. Say that and Valdemar gets his spawn. Yeah, but, like, that's the thing. Like, trying to use that justification is different. We're talking about the vast majority of the map and access spawning differently. This is just the nature of AoE4. This type of spawn can happen on Dry Arabia. So if you're, like, taking a crap on this happening on Lipany, this can happen on Dry Arabia. Right? Like, really what it comes down to as a community, you either are okay with the RNG of Age of Empires, or you don't want it. And if we don't want it, like, I've talked about catering to that before. I'd be willing to work with some map creators to create a bunch of static maps. But then you're approaching a game that functions more like StarCraft than Age of Empires does. Age of Empires historically has always had random maps, right? I don't think there's been a single one that's had, like Age of Myth even has it, right? Like, all of them have random maps. I think maybe AoE 3, was that the closest to static? Even that's RNG though, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's RNG for sure. It's just not something Age of Empires has ever done. It's a miracle that, like, the random map spawns works as well as it does, considering that this was created by Relic, a developer that has no history of making randomly generated maps. Like, their major titles, Company Heroes, Dawn of War, were all static placed maps. You placed all the objective around, you level designed from the ground up, there was no RNG. Right? So, like, I'm actually still to this day impressed it worked as well as it did on release. Last of the berries being gathered. I will also say, though, that it very much shows that they had never done random spawn maps before because of the map editing tools and how it's just a giant enigma. That thing is overcomplicated. This is looking rough for Valdemar. It's Fast Castle Japan. Yeah, and Valdemar, he tried to ramp up for aggro, but that delay on the gold really starved his timing here. Into Pro Scouts and into the Knights. Relic did another RTS before. You'd be thinking of Homeworld, right? I can't comment on Homeworld. I never played it. I've heard good things. I know did they not do a re-release like a year or two ago? But I never played it. Like, my childhood experiences with Relic were nothing but joy because Company Heroes 1 was incredible. Dawn of War 1 was incredible. Dawn of War 2 had its moments. Even Warhammer Space Marine. Some idiots wanted that game to, like, they complained that that game was like Gears of War and it wasn't Gears of War at all, or that it should be more like Gears of War, which was dented. I think even that game was incredible. And by the way, if you haven't played Space Marines 2, I highly recommend that as well. Space Marines 2 is phenomenal. I need to get back to it. They just had Year 2 Season Pass start. I'm pretty confident I'm the biggest Warhammer 40k nerd in AoE 4. Like, I'll pretty much eat up anything that's Warhammer. But Dawn of War 1 is, to this day, the best Warhammer game ever created. Even more so than Total War Warhammer. Total War Warhammer does pretty well. Yeah, like, I never played Homeworld as a kid. I played games like Total Annihilation, which, if you've never seen Total Annihilation, I don't think it holds up now. Basically, what's that? There's another game that's completely based on it. Go check it out instead. But Total Annihilation was probably the most advanced RTS for its time that's ever existed. Not perfect, but innovatively unrivaled. Did Crackety really just come in here like an uwu person and just like try to advertise his pussy? What? What is this? Valdemar. Can he do this? Mounted Samurai count? Not looking too good right now. No, even a few spinmen are going to start getting littered in soon. LucifroN not really sitting on a heap of gold here to just spam, spam, spam. And this game is definitely not over, folks. Like, LucifroN may have got the age up, but, like, Valdemar... French, if there's any Civ that's competent with the idea of staying an age behind for quite some time, like, this is the Civ. Unrivaled in that role. Okay, but, like, can we crush Crackety's hopes and dreams here? One's, if you would rather have the cat stream with Crackety. Two's, if you'd rather have the baby Ezra stream with me. I'm sorry, Crackety. If this isn't defeat, some permas are coming out. Don't make us cheers. That adorable mother ducker better be winning. Alright, chat. I can win. Do you want to know why? I've got 2 cats. You just never see them because I really, really don't want their fur in my laptop and my PC and everything else in here. I used to have my office inside my house, and one of my cats would always roll around on my mats. It was bad. Really bad. Now he's now coming in. This is a good denial if he can achieve it. LucifroN needs this food. He's running out quickly. Yeah, 3 sheep remain in the base. Then it's just the farms. But this clash is going to get ugly. Love the Shinto pull. They're not being focus fired either. Valdemar, he's so focused on keeping his knights alive, he fails to get what he needs to kill LucifroNs. That was a huge win for Lucy. That was the pivot moment. That was the teeter-totter. Valdemar now is going to lose map control. Yeah, his knight count lead isn't huge. And the injuries are huge on him. Goes to the reclash. Target fire is going to be important here for LucifroN. Oh my god, Valdemar. Is he going to do this? The man's a miracle worker if he does. But LucifroN. They're just standing there. Hey, don't mind us. You got this. Oh, that is so depressing. Chivalry at home. But yeah, there's a very good reason why I'm rude to my cats. So, when I was submitting my application to cast with Beyond the Summit in Dota 2, a long time ago, I was casting some pub games or something at the time, I think it was, or a small tournament. And the guy from BTS was watching my stream. I didn't know this. And he's just casually watching. And then all of a sudden, you just hear me out of nowhere in the middle of a cast go, Mirana, no! And everyone got confused because, like, what the hell? Mirana's a hero in Dota 2, but it's also the name of my cat. But, like, Mirana's not in the game. Like, what the hell? Mirana, my cat, had stepped on the power button for my PC. I thought that the PC had switched off. It hadn't. We actually were fine. I cancelled it in time. But, yeah, that convinced me I didn't want my cats anywhere near my stream setup. Alright, Guildhall coming in. Yeah, like, LucifroN was actually a little bit hesitant to rush out after that fight, despite the fact he actually has the lead now. This is the tricky thing, though. When you play against French, there's always a paranoia that they're going to all-in you again, right? even after a fight like that, like in the Chivalry, I think that maybe convinced LucifroN that he doesn't want to rush urgently, just in case he gets like out microed. Like that probably was the wake up call. Like, oh crap, no, dude, this guy, like, it wasn't a fluke. His micro really is reaching that level. And, you know, LucifroN is getting on an age a bit. He's like, these whippersnappers, like, I need to optimize my movements. Carpal tunnel and arthritis awaits me, but he's got his whole youth ahead of him. No clicks on the bones. No, I tweaked my back. No, oh my god, I can't actually reach my butt and wipe it anymore. Might need adult diapers. None of that. So LucifroN decides it's better to waste less calories on it. You guys know that one? When I done Race the World first, it was the guild. It was their favorite saying, is it's not worth the calories. Like when they failed a pull and it was gonna be too hard to recover, not worth the calories. As an Emu monkey, I need to learn engagement micro like these. No, you don't. You just need to pick China and just pump more units. Be proud of your Emu monkey ways. Just think while everyone else is like making no noises while they play. Like you've seen the players, right? Like if I ever do the Road to Conk series, I'll be very, very animate. I won't be silent, right? But they're like clicking, they're really intense. Whereas you, when you just play a dented Civ, you can just enter battles while the whole time muttering along. Like, no one else can do that. I think I just lost my entire audience with that noise. I was like, there's no way to do a monkey hoo-hoo-ah-ah without it being irreverberatingly aggressive. All right. No, okay. These two won't monkey A-clip. Surely not. Night Raid? Oh my god, dude, he doesn't lose anything? Villagers get away. -2 knights. What can I say, guys? If a new Zoo Tycoon comes out, I'm the perfect immersive streamer. We can do almost every animal you'll find. I'm not going to do a fox. I refuse to do a fox. If you guys have ever heard a fox and the noise they make, it is deeply concerning. Okay, so Valdemar, this is big. He's getting to the critical point. Arbitrary. This is like the game winner for France. This is where the game gets scary for Japan. Like, this is how we conceive a game number 5. Imitate Javelina? I don't remember Javelina. So, like, I think I talked about this before. Like, I mean, I need to pay more attention to AoE 2 because you do hosting now, right? But, like, growing up, I played a crap ton of Age of Empires 1. Age of Empires 2 is a bit more light-footed because I had that on PlayStation. But I do know the iconic lines like Rogan. You know, the classics. Can I cast the current game in Monkey until it's done? Sorry, I'm afraid I don't play enough English to do that. Whoa! Okay, I insulted half my viewer base. Skirmish coming in. Spearman Mass from Valdemar, but Yuumi now intercepting that. The arbitrary account isn't there. Valdemar is not safe yet, guys. The guild hall. Oh my god, he pulled it to reinvest in army. Ruh-roh. No, this is not Valdemar. This is Fencedemar. It's more strategic, more reasonable. Or it's not reasonable as this amount of samurai count. It's a 10-knight lead. And could easily be the good night moment for Valdemar. Yuumi, hiding the Mount Samurai. Remember, it's not just them equalizing out. It's usually the Bannerman, but that guy's missing right now. Surprisingly enough, LucifroN does not have the Uma. He prioritized the Yuumi instead. But the Mount Samurai, in this trade out, it's a demolishment. And guys, this is only wave 1. There's more coming. Valdemar, this is his last stand. An incredible tournament for him. Taking Murillo to 5 games. Taking a game off of LucifroN. But in the end, his journey finishes here in the quarterfinals. What the future of 2025 holds for Valdemar, we enthusiastically look forward to. But for now, in this tournament, his watch has ended. Oh, excuse me. All right, guys. So that ends up being a 3-1 victory. Yo, what's up, TZ? Thank you very much for the gifted sub, you legend. Yo, do we need to get more subs in here for a hype day of action? I think so. Prime subs as well. I know you got them. Be smart man like TZ is. Look at him go. 379 out of the 490 goal. It's always a shifting goal at the moment. It's really baity with Twitch because the way it works is like you think you're close to the goal and the next day you might lose 10 subs because it doesn't do it from the start of the month to end. It does it on a 30-day cycle. Yes, big reminder to people, it's September, and on top of that, Prime subs. That's the easy one I always remind people of because it costs you absolutely nothing. Go get your nan, your aunt, your uncle, whoever it is who's got Amazon Prime that clearly doesn't watch Twitch, and either A, recruit them to come watch here, or B, at least get them to let you sync your Twitch account to the Amazon account so that you can steal a sub and not have to worry about ads. It's a win-win. All right. LucifroN victory, though. Let me see. Get your nan into AoE. I mean, in fairness, considering the average age of the players in this community, like, she wouldn't be far out with the... She'd be kind of in the age group necessary, you know? There is another series, by the way. Yo, what up? The anonymous gifter with 25 gift. Dude, you're a monster, and I love it. Thank you very much. Holy crap. They rocked hard. We even got a gifted sub in there for Mohodo. Thank you very much. Everyone, enjoy your subs. Be sure to pay them forward when it's all said and done. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I'm checking with my Kleiman friend now whether he wants to go now or in like half an hour. So what we might be able to do is sneak game 1 of the next series, which is Anatan versus Core. I cannot do it all. I'm pretty sure of that. I need to do my climbing because I need to get back in shape. Like, I've really let myself slide. And I want to try to like actually get to peak KP, you know? I don't want to be that person that like I just sit there on the couch and my partner looks across at me and sees like the beer belly potted out and sees the full graying hair, and then they deeply sigh and think back to when I was in my 20s. I want them to look across at me like, damn, that guy's an Adonis. Like, I have to really squint my eyes and have like my glasses off, but he kind of looks like Adonis with the pecs, you know? That's the goal. So that's why I'm like taking my climate seriously. We will be planning a vlog series about that a little bit further down the line. I need to sort that out with my editor, but I'm planning to start vlogging as well. So it should be pretty cool. But let me see. All right, guys, great news. We have got time for the first game of Anatan versus Core. Hopefully. If this turns into an hour game, I will abandon ship halfway through. I'll warn you all now. But yes, we at least get to see a gam. So, lads are hopping in now. I think we are... Probably got the delay, right? China versus... Oh my god, dude, it's going to be a long game. Court would never drag out a game to an hour, so you're totally fine. That's true. Wait. Hold on a second. Let me check the draft. He didn't get HRE. We're safe. He got his roost, though. But yeah. So we got 4 minutes until we're in game. Hello, TikTok. I still need to fix this scene. Appreciate everyone who's been checking out on the new platform that we've been streaming on. I need to figure out like whether I'm going to use... I'm talking to a guy now on the TikTok team who knows better. Because, like, I could post the climbing content on that TikTok. But I might just set up a second channel for it. So, Killer Pigeon for gaming, and then we could have, like, you know, Darren Elmy for climbing or whatever. Oh, let's get the music on. We've got like 3 minutes. We should vibe. Darren the social climber. Is that what we're going for? I mean, like, there was a point actually in my career where I considered just rebranding Darren Elmy. Because Killer Pigeon just sounds really stupid. But yeah, it's been fun doing climbing because, like, the thing is, I'm not an expert on climbing. Like, even so, for those who don't know, I broke my ankle climbing, and I was only like 9 sessions in at that point. So, like, it's oh my god, are we not gonna have time? Injuries for climbers are normal. Do not give up. But the thing is, my injury was pretty bad. So, for those who don't know, I broke what's called the talus bone. I call it talus. Talus sounds much cooler. It's spelled like talus. I think talus is American, talus is British. But it's the bone that exists at the center of your like joint on your ankle. So it's where all the blood flows through. So I like basically broke the worst bone to break in your ankle. And that was my 9th climb. But I was progressing really well before that. So I thought it'd be cool to come back and your answer's campus? Nah, dude. I haven't got the arm strength for that. So yeah, like the goal is, you know, to start recording my journey as a novice climber, especially after an injury coming back. Because I think genuinely, like, I love watching people like Magnus Mitbo. Wholly recommend checking them out if you don't know who that is. But the actuality is, for like most people, it's unreliable. It just doesn't fit for most of us, right? Like, I think as a whole, I think on content consumption, just like people are probably just kind of getting a little bit sick of watching perfection play out. You know what I mean? Like there was a time where perfection worked. Remember the early days of, like Call of Duty montages? Like I think there is an audience out there that would rather see the failures because it's like more relatable. And also we talked about this in like when we cast lower ranked games where there's more that you can relate to and associate with than if you watch an infinite number of Marine Lord games against like Beastie. Those games can be epic, but like if you're trying to improve as a player, that's telling you to aim for perfection before you even know the basics. It doesn't fit. It's illogical. King's Crush come back? Oh, I'm coming back, dude. I'm going to be climbing a little bit later. What's the best grade you climbed at? Okay, so that gets complicated because like we don't, like the gym we go to doesn't use the European grading system. So I wouldn't really know what to tell you on that one. I always forget the V grades as well. Maybe we were like V6? Could be V6. Probably not a V6. V3, V4 maybe? I'd have to think. You climb, Kilyadi? I didn't realize, man. With those old ass joints, I'm surprised. As a hobby? Yeah, it's a fun hobby. I love it. I get the feeling Kilyadi like slabs. Actually, I don't know. Like, you got some bulk, but like I think you're a big lad, so there's like a lot of extra weight there, right? So like overhangs are probably a pain in the ass. All right, here we go, guys. And in we go. Core versus Anatan. Some people have been hyping this up. I'm looking forward to it. Anno should be heavily favored, but Core has been back on the grind, so maybe he can impress. Or for some fans, disappoint. Game number 1. We hop onto Cliffside, where Core has got the most kushki possible Civ he could have gotten. This man loves the roots, while Anatan kicks off like he's speedrunning a best of 5. China. This is the pick. This is the broken one. This is the one that everyone molds and complains about when they don't know what to do. And that feels like most games, because China, they just don't really have a weak point anymore, right? Like this Civ has just become King Dominion overall. Rus used to be that. The times have definitely changed. And let's see, we're talking more about the climbing. V6 is a good result. I don't think it's V6. Like I said, I think V3, V4. I'd have to think. Like I said, the gym I go to doesn't use the V system, sadly. When you're 15 years old, you think climbing is bronze sport. When you hit 25, you realize actually conk. Yes. The thing about climbing is like, I mean, dude, if you took like serious climbers and then you took serious bodybuilders, the bodybuilders will get matched by the climbers. It's kind of wild. The amount, they don't look it, but the thing about climbers is like the amount of like core muscle training they have. Also, just climbing in general is a very good, healthy, all-around broad scope exercise, right? Use a lot of different weird muscles you never think of. But have you guys ever seen what's his name? I always forget his name. Is it Alex Honnold? Alex Honnold. If you Google Alex Honnold and look at his hands, his hands are so weird to look at. Like, you can see the muscles on them. Here you go. You ready? I'll pull up the photo. He looks like a freaking alien. Look at those hands. They look inhuman. That guy, by the way, there's a documentary on him, a crazy one. He free climbed one of the highest points. The highest point that's been done, right? There's a movie on it, actually, that I recommend checking out. It's called Free Solo. Pretty crazy. But anyway, Golden Gate coming in. This should be Pro Scout and Pro Scout, right? I'm expecting so. Golden Gate now coming up. Okay, maybe not. Hello. Haha, Anatan, he's cooking different, baby. Pro Scouts is for normies. It's lame. Who cares? He has nobody on gold. So this is an aggro build for Anno. And it's going to be an Archer opening. I miss this. Anno hasn't been doing this recently. Partly because China gets banned or picked by his opponents so often. But also, I think he's just been experimenting. Anatan's Archer build is the most ridiculous thing to watch. Like, it's ridiculous how you can just roll over almost anyone with it. I'm assuming that's what we're getting here. Would make a lot of sense against, like, Rus openers just to block Pro Scouts. A little bit tricky because of the spawn, right? Because you've got deers north and south side. But yeah, one thing I noticed when I've gone back to climbing is like I'm going through the stages of like body grief again, where like the first time I climbed, I'm using my fingers way too much, and then it moves to using your forearms too much. It's fun to go through that again. I will say my return to climbing, what I've been impressed with is that I haven't screwed what they call the calluses points. I haven't like ripped skin off my fingers really at all, which is impressive because the first time around when I learned climbing, oh god. You know what's worse? When you have long hair and you know you're going to have to put like some wax or something in the morning. So you rub the wax in your hands and then it gets in the stingy injuries. And yeah, that's not fun. Kilyadi has the right idea. Just trim it short. So cool. He gets eyeballs on. Danger is coming. Spear Archer. He's already committed to Pro Scouts. Wooden Fortress coming up there. Core spawn is decent, right? He's got the Ford Wooden Fortress. He's going to concave behind this. He also has some decent flank tree lines to kind of play towards on a delay. I know, it's going to be steering north side. So the goal here, throw the spearmen north, then you can throw them south. Your opponent doesn't have archers yet. So I think, is he maybe going to split them both ways, right? So like equal numbers going both ways. That's pretty greedy. I know. Got more archers coming. Like, this should just be a double down archers. He's got supervision running. Remember, this isn't about spears, it's about archers. He knows it's going to force an archer reaction. He's just got spears in case there's knights added in by core. And this is the annoying part when you play Rus against China, like most is when you play against China. You just shake your fist because you know you're going to have to add in additional crap to compete. Right? Like, one archer range will not mirror China at all. They'll outnumber you. You have to do two just to compete. Another thing that sucks here for you. You've built a wooden fortress to get 20% more wood. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. So you pay 175 resources to get 20% more of one resource? We pay 105 to get whatever we want. Has he got anything back yet? No. And now the delayed Pro Scouts. This is what Anno loves to do, man. We've seen this from him before. Sometimes he'll just not do Pro Scouts at all. Other times it's just about strangling your opponent, making them take that leap first. Because if they leap first into Pro Scouts, you have a clear advantage militarily. You can see it in the numbers. He's going to be steered to the south side. That should be accessible. Anno is moving there. The spear's going to get intercepted. And look what Anno does. He's going to drag to the east side. He might just edge out of range here. That's perfect. Okay, but Core realizes what's happening. So he sends just one archer, does get the shot. Because the thing is, he's coming in with the backstab now. Anno arrives with the reinforcements. We should be getting Steeled Arrow soon as well. You can see Anno's already got the gold for it. And denial on the pro scouts. Double scout goes down. Ay, ay, ay. This is going horrifically for Core. He's only got 7 sheep left. He can afford one more loss. And then he's out of food. Naturally, I mean, you could just steer again as Anno. It's possible he just doesn't steer now and instead plays free stack. Because he's got pro scouts, he's got his own deer. He can just snatch these ones, and then it's 25% deer for your opponent, 75% for you, which is great. The good news for Core is he didn't lose archers, right? Like, that's key. If he lost archers, he's in trouble because he can't fight. There is still a scary timing, though. And I like the Core's prep for it. He has Undermesh on the way. Normally, you expect blacksmiths around now. And this is just disgusting. What they can do, you're able to research blacksmith techs with China in 24 seconds. With supervision. What's it, 30? I think it's 30. 24, 30, about that. Pretty sure 24. The other thing is that you get a third of what you spend back in taxation. So it just starts to become this self-fulfilling prophecy of technology. It's disgusting just how good it is. I know. This is the other thing that always looks dirty to me. He's sitting on 300 gold in that mill. Yeah, so you know how we were comparing Roos's Wooden Fortress to the Taxman? I know what the argument is going to be that Roos have more. Is like, oh, but when they eat food, they get gold. Uh-huh. Yep, when you eat food, you get gold. China has that too. Deer pull. Nice intercept, actually. Yeah, so there's still 3 deer here. Okay, great intercept there by Core. Anatan, a little bit slow on his technologies, no? Yeah, he has supervision going. But Core, his timing read was good here. Not disadvantaged. Actually outnumbering Anatan. I think maybe Anno got a little bit gluttonous here. We have got Horseman getting added in, but it's night response from Core. I don't like this fight for Anno. Core... Yeah, I think the problem is Anatan kept convincing himself the blacksmith timing, right? Like he'd have double tech, but it jumped in mid-fight for Core as well. So it was deceptive. Horseman now arriving makes this substantially better, though. Reinforcing archers from both sides. I love this. Check what Anno does. He sacks the Horseman to get a win on the north side. Cool, that makes it a much more expensive fight for him, so archer losses. A great trade there. Ends up taking out, like, what? Losing 1 archer, killing 6. Losing a horseman as well. Also gets an archer kill there. Knight now arriving. We'll try for the dive. Won't be able to get the connect, though. I know, a shaky position, but that small detail recovers his lead. That's going to be a march over. Ooh, oh, wait, no. Anatan has numbers. Core? It's been seen. He knows. Anatan knows what you're doing over here. He just marches in. Looks for the villager snipes. And Core... No! He bails! And he waits to come back, but now the archers are in position. 3 worker kills. Make it 4. You're happy with that. Knights now dive in. But it's only the 1. Anatan... building an insane lead now off of that. And wait, Matt's outside? Oh, for goodness sake. All right, guys. I'm going to come in for a second. Let me see if he's going to come in so we can resolve this game. I might have to raid someone. Oh, my God. Dude, stop. Not like this! Actually, yes, like this. I've got to go climbing. This is brutal, guys. It's a 10-worker lead. Anatan is going castle. Core is mirroring, but his eco is so much weaker. Guys, what can I say? Caster's already got the script. I knew that this was going to be a 3-0 for Anatan. Just kidding. It's going to be a 3-1 for Core. Now you don't know which one's real. There you go. I've kept the illusion. All right, guys, but I'm going to fast forward this now. Sorry, but I've got climbing to do. Dive in. Doesn't even get a single worker kill. End me. Hoi boy. Wait, why am I saying hoi boy recently? I don't know where that came from. Anyway. Call now into horse archers, but it's vet Chinese archers already. Knight spam as well. I mean, Core needs raids to try and win this game. Without it, he just dies. It's so frustrating as well. Outpost defense already up. Does at least get one kill. It's the boar, man. Like, you're just never getting this now, right? Not with Lancers arriving. Ranged armor too. Ram now coming through for Anno. He's going to look to clean this up. And Lancers even just clearing the way now for a potential boar pull and a delay for Anno. Not that he needs it, because remember, he won the Pro Scouts game. Ram now onto the outpost. Core, he's already behind. He can't afford a -8 here. Make up about 15% of his overall economy. Villagers, they try to run away, but there's no getting away from the mass archer China. That's now a 20 worker lead. G to the G. Unless this high trade house has 400 gold. It has 94 gold. We're done, boys. We're out. We're cooked. We're fried. We're flambéed. We're gone. We're done. And I now get to go and climb. All right, guys. I'm going to make this a quick, abrupt exit. GG's. Thank you for tuning in. I will be casting at EWC tomorrow, and then I'll be back on this channel probably on Sunday. If not, definitely back on Monday. But TikTok, Kick, YouTube, I'm going to end all that, and I'm going to raid someone quickly for the Twitch guys. So